Enforcement Agency continues its raid. Laboratory Drugs Enforcement Agency. My name is Aaron Kuban. We want you to share this. It is TN News Liberia. We are live at the head office of the Laboratory Drugs Enforcement Agency. And so let's pass this way. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay. So this is the chief of operation, 711 of the Laboratory Drugs Enforcement Agency. Who has just completed this raid. Of recently has been carrying on a number of raids in Mosurado County. So he has just returned. Just show this. Yeah. So these are the guys. See them in cuff. So the Liberal Drugs Enforcement Agency is carrying on its raid, and as you know, the issue about drugs has been on the increase since the launch of the June 7 protest. That's the August 7 protest. The government of Liberia has been very, very, very keen in terms of raiding the ghettos and raiding hardest of these drug dealers. So, so these are officers of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, and this is TN News Liberia. The raid, according to the information gathered, was done around the Tingo Village area in Pinsville. So the bag there is being offloaded with cash and some substances, which will be explained to us hopefully by the chief of operation here. But you see, that bag is being unpacked. That bag is being unpacked here by the chief of operation. So these are all parcels. Huge goods. Yeah. That has been arrested. The Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. Huge quantity, very huge quantity, yeah. So we want you to share this live and invite others. We want you to share this live here and invite others. We are coming to you live from the head office of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. Another parcel has come out. So it's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different plastic, over hundreds of the parcel. Most of the time we interview these drug addicts, they tell you that just a wrap of this thing is sold for 100, 150. So that is to tell you how prevalent is this entire issue about drugs. Yeah. But the DA has been seriously on the rampage, making sure that they can arrest. And as part of the
Oh, Jimmy.
as
You already
part
put it off outside. Yeah. I don't see 40 minutes more they're gonna hour. I was not see I won't push you outside.
as part of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency move to arrest or seize drug in the country, they are also ensuring that the seizure aspect of this entire thing is going to greatly help in terms of reducing supplies. And so this is being done in the open before the camera, some level of transparency as it relates to the fight against drugs in the country. This DN News Liberia. We urge you to share this live and invite others to follow as the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency is taking this head on. This is a whole lot of this. And drugs, and there's been some increase in the number of deaths being reported, reportedly linked to drug abuse and addiction in the country. And so you can see what is going on here.
All the papers you see, putting down, still passing. They use the sheet for passing.
So, like he said, these sheets are used for the passing of the drugs. So the papers are being used for passing, usually to the passing. This is very huge. If you were to count these passwords, about thousands of them. That's just what that was the first plastic. A whole remote sheet. Wow. So they get the remote sheet and password, cash, money also arrested here. Money arrested. Wow. This is massive. These are proceeds from the illicit, illegal trade of drugs in the country. These are proceeds that have been generated from the sale of a narcotic in the country. So the LDA is doing this with all transparency and accountability. You can see if we were to count this amount. So I don't know if we'll have the opportunity to speak with those guys, but what are these? Just a data sale, and it tells you, wow, this is okay. So just say that's the Antrospac, the drug. Wow. So this is a new drug called the Antrospac. All of them there.
You want to kill people?
Yes. That will be the whole night. You can't do that. Can't count that. It's just huge. No, it's very, very massive. Very huge here.
Not going to take it.
Yeah. So keep watching, keep following here. The DA has increased his action. Andrew Spark. This is Andrew Spark Kush. This is the new Kush that's killing Andrew Spark and Da. Wow. Yeah, I watched a video of a guy in a yellow shirt mentioning the name of this drug, the Andrew Spark. And
Can you tell me how many pieces you look at?
Now the one who made it.
Yeah?
Let me put it inside one.
so she said she doesn't know how much is in them because it wasn't her that put them there. But this is very huge. Wow. Wow. It takes you almost an entire night to pass through this one.
It can be now. What? Not small, but what?
It's just very, very huge. This is very huge. To tell you what Andrew Spark and Da. So these are all
Even for the name is the name says a lot.
Yeah.
Why will you be taking Andrew Spark and die?
and the thing
Die or what?
and the thing about it is that those who are pursuing the drugs, they know the name of the drugs, they know the effect of the drugs. Yeah, they are selling the drugs to people with the name Andrew Spark and Da. So once you take it, it sparkle and then spray. Wow. This is very huge. Wow. If you're watching, this is DN News Liberia. We urge you to share this live. And this is just a picture or a view of what the LDA is going through. It is what the LDA is going through in terms of curbing this It will amaze you. Even if someone shows you a photo of this, you will not believe that these are all password drugs sold for $100. Just $100. Anyone can get $100 from anywhere and see the amount of money. Just see the amount of money. Is this from a daily sale? Wow. So if something is sold for $100 daily sale and this amount of money. But I think the chief will speak up.
Yeah.
Not really, no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So this is 18,000. Is that all looking like 1880? Let me check the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I think maybe I missed count this one. It should be 20, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so I'll check it at 20, 20. Okay, that's 14, that's 16. I think we better check one. Yeah. Just as it is.
Andrew Spark and Kill Drugs has been arrested in a very massive, very huge number here at the Labrador Drugs Enforcement Agency, led by Unit 711. Unit 711 led this chief of operation here at the Labrador Drugs Enforcement Agency. And yesterday, we saw him leading his men at the Stoughton Creek area. And this time around, he was at the Tingle Village, Pinsville area. This is a very huge quantity of drugs arrested, along with a huge cash. And the information is that all the money you see here, all of the money you see here, generated from a daily sale. That is to tell you how prevalent and very dangerous the issue about drugs in the country is. So the operations, head of operations will speak to us here, but this is TN News Liberia. Share the live, invite others to watch what is going on here. It is very massive. So the text sergeant is going to
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 6, 7, 8. How much was this? 8? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12.
if you want to do maybe checking 20 here this morning, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, this is 20, then 5 or 8 is 100,000. So each 5 is 100,000. If the bonus is consistent to be 20 each, so they tell you that we are pushing over $200,000 that have been, seized or confiscated by the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, headed by the Chief of Operations here, Unit 711. And also, this is very, very massive. And, a lot of people came out on August 7th to say no to drugs, and that has increased the zest of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency to ensure that they go out there and arrest every drug. So once we can count this, in like 20,000, each 5 will be 100,000, and then the the chief of operations here, I believe he wants to get, to know how much he has submitted to the tech sergeant. We should take this record, and I know we would like to have a word with him as well once he's done with the counting. But this is what we are reporting here from the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency here in Fear. Andrew Spark. Wow, I'm smelling it too as well.
Andrew Spark.
So you're watching. I'm here with our colleague Chokon Flaman. I'm Aaron Kuban. Together, we bring you this live here on DN News Liberia. Chokon, this is massive, like I've been saying.
Absolutely, absolutely, Aaron. And a drug that is killing people to have huge quantity like this. It is just unbelievable. And it's just sold for 100 like $20 for a parcel. So it tells you that anyone can just get 100, like $20 to purchase this and spark.
Yes, indeed, that's the issue about it. When these jobs, were expensive enough, it's going to be difficult for you guys to consume them or to get access to them. But just $100, maybe one of those jobs that you can just take maybe a dirt from around someone's house and then you give them $100 and then
You go and go spark.
yes. And
6, 7, 8. 8,800. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. 20 times 14. Do you calculate the math? Yeah. 20,000. 280,000. 8,800.
280,000.
288,800. 8,800.
288,800.
So 288,200.
So, madam, this kind of thing. Where are my workers? All of the facilities have their workers. Ladies and gentlemen of the full estate, my name is Aaron Carson II, Unit 711, Chief of Manpower and Raid. It is good that you guys are here so that we do everything with transparency and accountability. We have started our operation according to the President mandate. Within 6 months, we gave DA 6 months to get all deals all of this country and arrested. So I'm not going to take the mandate lightly. With the help of the Director General, with the mandate and support now he's giving, we are now going to rest. As Chief of Manpower and Raid, that's my responsibility in the Republic of Liberia. We are going to move from door to door, from house to house, street to street, ghetto to ghetto, to get those guys that are killing our children. We will not rest. I want to assure the public that DA is standing firm, and as I have taken the responsibility as Chief of Manpower and Raid, we're going to get them. I served 19 years in the police. I'm from ERU Class 1. I served as Chief of Anti-Robbery and I fought armed robbery in this country, and I was successful. Now, because I hate drugs, I've come to the LDA to fight drugs, and we will make it. I'm not going to rest. We're going to make it.
Okay, sir. Can we ask some questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So where exactly did you, get these jobs?
Well, we arrested drugs from Kinija, around the Kinija community. This lady you see, so she has a compound. She building compounds from drugs. And the CC of Kush. So she's one of the persons who have been destroying our children in this country.
So have you been able to get her particular, like, who is she, her name, everything?
As you can see, we are just a ravage. I did not do anything behind the camera. So we're going to do it now. We're just going to get her name, her full name. I think her name is Patricia. Surprise. Surprise. Or you can ask her.
Excuse me, ma'am. Welcome to the press. What's her name? Rihanna?
Rihanna who?
Rihanna who? Who? Rihanna Seyi. The LDA said they arrested you with these drugs. Is it true? Huh? Were you in possession of the items, the money and the drugs? Yeah. Where do you live? Where did they collect you from? Where did they arrest you from? Kenya. You were in the same vicinity when they did the arrest? You were in the yard. But the people who were rapping these things, are they your workers? Do you know them? You don't know them? So why did the DA bring you here? You were in a compound and they arrested people there. What were you doing when they arrived there? Who owned the compound? Where is she? She in the States. And she the one who owned the business? Who owned this business? So
Do you know these people? The other people?
What?
Do you know these two ladies? What? Who are they? Are they tenants or do they live with you? How many houses? How many houses in the compound? Okay. So I think it's just a preliminary. I think the LDA will come up with the full report of the quantity in terms of the cash value of these with the cash value, all of these things, the investigations will be done. And so this is just a preliminary of the Labrador Drugs Enforcement Agency. And there are so the other two gentlemen there with the handcuff, are they part of the?
No, they are not part of it. They are separate from this.
Okay, okay. So who they people stay with this? Okay. So okay, so I think this is just what the sorry, Aaron, the last name?
My name is Aaron Carson the second.
Aaron Castle the second. I know him very well from the anti-robbery show. So this to our followers.
How was it like when you arrived in a community? Did any resistance? Did you meet any resistance or
No,
what
there was
was
no
it like?
resistance. There was no resistance. My angel called me while I was on my way from the highway. My angel called me and told me that go there now. The dealer is just carrying the supply. So as God will have it, when I was approaching the fence, I saw the guy running into the compound with a goose. He ran into the compound and they all went in one of the apartments and locked themselves up.
Including this lady.
Yes, she's the owner of the compound. We have record on this woman before. During the time of Honorable Epi Command, she was arrested before from the same compound. At the time, the compound was not even fenced, but now it's fenced.
But you have DEA. I think there's a depot around the area there, and it has been there for a while.
Well, Kenisha?
Kenya, okay, it's a
No, we don't
King
have
Gray, okay, King
King
Gray
Gray.
area.
It was King Gray before, but now it's in Zimbabwe, in the
Okay,
curve, Combatant Barrow.
okay.
All right, so like we said again, this is just a news flash for all of you out there following us. We got over 3,700 persons watching this live, and we like to inform you that this uh, is what happening here from the Labrador Drugs Enforcement Agency, the LDA, to its chief of manpower and rear. He has carried on this very huge burst here of narcotics. You can see, according to them, what's the name of this drug?
What's the-
Kush.
Goose, stroke, spot. Angel spot.
Angel Spark.
Angel spot. You see the mint?
Yeah, it's smelling. It's smelling.
So is it the one that killing people around recently? Wow.
It's 200. So just recap, and maybe you can get the figure correctly. It's 288,800 cash in cash that have been arrested. 288,800 been confiscated from them, along with the judges. They undisclosed because if you look at the amount here, maybe almost about 400,000 Liberian dollars. But the DA will come up with the final report. A statement will come from the LDA.
So there you have it. My name is Trukon Flammer here with my colleague Aaron Kuban, and this is what is being done here by the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. So they are going to now do their preliminary findings, 288,000 plus in cash was confiscated along with the drugs that you're seeing, the Andrew Spark. You can see here in very huge quantity. They've been arrested, and these are the people behind this huge burst of drug here. And the LDA said that this new mandate they're going to use this opportunity to arrest drug dealers around the country, and this is what they're doing. So this is Andrew Spark, the drug that is
Good evening, good evening, guys. Hi, everyone. Hi. Thank you for coming. Good evening. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here with me tonight. For now, me. I was saying me because I'm the only one sitting in front of you right now. Thank you for watching the Nightly Exchange on Liberia Watch News. Please go to our YouTube, Facebook, and subscribe, share, comment, and come back here. Let's talk about Liberia. Let's talk about the good, bad, and ugly about Liberia. As we all know, Amy always like to hear about the good, but we can't control, right, what all happens. So we still got some bad that we have to talk about too. So let's do that. Yeah. So please go and subscribe, share the show. Please share it, comment, share it. And for you who are watching, all of you who are watching who are not commenting, thank you for coming. And James, Small, Rufus, Mount Wallet, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for not making it boring for us. I know that was just a video being video on, but you guys are always commenting, and that's really awesome. I appreciate you for it, and that's what we want you to do, right? We don't want it to be boring. This is all of our problem, all of our obligations, somehow, some way, somehow, to come in and talk about Liberia all the time. I know some people think that is not helping, but some of these things are, we are helping in a way too. We all cannot be in the offices or government offices and working and making policies and stuff, but we can always come in and talk about things that are affecting our people, and in the same token try to advise, talk to our people, educate them on things they're doing wrong as citizens, and because for Liberia to get better and develop is all of our business, right? It's not just government. Government cannot be just, they can't be doing that part. And we sit there as citizens in the country, particularly, just sit there and say, oh, I'm not the government, so I'm not supposed to help. For instance, like when they talk about the Japanese freeway, that road was just something, 2023? With President Weah dedicated that street, but in 2020, the end of 2023, 2024, that place was getting flooded when it rained because it had trash all in the drainage area everywhere. And you have people who live around there, people who I think there's somewhere around who do businesses around there. You shouldn't have to be doing that, flooding the drainage, and then you want government to come and be the one to tell you don't do that, don't do that. You should have common sense. If you want that place to remain nice and clean for you who are around that area, who live and sell around that area, you're supposed to do your part. So we all of us have a responsibility. Government had their responsibility. Government have the bigger piece of the pie, yes. But we as citizens, we also have our responsibility if we want to see our country better. Do well. That's just what it is. So we sometimes we hear people saying that it's always the government, or when another citizen try to educate you or conscientize you about something you're doing right. Oh, that government this, that government that. Bad mindsets. So we all have to. So by us sit on these platforms, come here and say and talking about those things, highlighting it helps because they know that people see them doing it and people are disgusted about that and people are calling them out on it. So they will do better. And you and I right there were doing our part, right? I don't have to be the minister or the mayor before I do that. Just by me sitting here and you commenting and you calling in when the phone numbers is up there and we talking about it and highlighting it and what you have seen, we all talking about it, we will make a big difference in our country. So yeah, so let's do that. Let's continue to do that. Let's share the show. Like with your families and friends. Let them watch it, and while we are on and off as well, they can watch it, and we can continue to spread the good news, the bad news, hoping that it would change while we are highlighting it as well. And then the good things, we are sharing it, with our people too, that they're doing well, and they should keep up the good work. So please do that. Like Bro Watch News, YouTube. That's where you see Nightly Exchange. You comment, subscribe, share, and come back and let's talk. First, I don't know. I'm seeing in the back there. I want to see Mr. Davis in the back, but he looks like he's on the phone. 1 second. He looks like he's on the phone. I don't think he's ready to come on, so I'm not gonna try bringing him on. So let's check chat. Today we have a lot. Should I say we have a lot going on in the country? Well, we still have this whole thing about the fuel, the petroleum, storage fee thing still going on that Musability is still upset about. We're going to talk about that, and then we'll also talk about something about the health ministry. We're also going to talk about that too, about a guy calling himself the whistleblower, or people calling him the whistleblower. But whistleblowing is a good thing, right? But some of the whistle that can be blowing just don't. It doesn't sound right. Right, but for some reason, you know how people are gullible. The moment they hear something and not thinking about, okay, let's put 1 and 2 together, and just believe it and start. And I'm not saying don't believe any whistleblowing thing. That's not what I'm telling you. But let's put it this way: we're in a country that everybody has some kind of political malice against somebody, right? So, or something else, whatever. Guidable society. And if someone just came up and said that, okay, let's say I'm working with somebody somewhere. Oh, Amy is always stealing. Amy always go in here and take something at the end of her shift, and she leaves with it. And every time it's like this, and then you just say, oh yeah, because you heard that person saying it, and you just said, oh, because he said it, he's a whistleblower. I believe he's Amy did what he said Amy did without you investigating, or without you even say, well, even if you knew me, like, okay, Amy is not this kind of person. But anytime Amy and I get up, when she get up, Amy doesn't go that way. Where he says Amy usually goes. So, just a little thing that you think about before you start to make that story something. Do some investigation, have an open mind, right? That it might be true and it might be a lie. But don't just come out and just start to, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, we'll talk about that. And then, well, it looks like Mr. Davis is ready, so I'll bring it on. And he will do the chit-chatting with me till the other guys come on. So, hi, Mr. Davis. How are you?
Hi, man. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. So, in the back, we got Ball Raymond. No, guys, I call him Ball Raymond, but his name is Raymond Zizé. So, that's my little nickname for him, Ball Raymond. So,
our whole ministry is calling Ball Raymond.
Huh?
Our whole ministry is calling Ball Raymond.
Ball Raymond.
How y'all doing?
Good.
It's good to be here again, as always.
Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for coming on to chat with the Liberian people.
Well, it's a place to be. There's nowhere like home, and we all desire the best for our country.
Absolutely.
And there are many things on social media. There are many perspectives There are many schools of thought about how our country should be run. Some people are only in it for mere politics. Others will use social media to destroy the good image of our country and try to bring others down, the Chris syndrome. If it's not me, it can be you. If it's not my idea, then it has to be wrong. And so we are here to discuss and put our own voice in the, in the discussion, and let our perspective be heard as well.
Absolutely. You're right, Raymond. Everyone has to play that part. And yeah, so Mr. Davis,
Yeah.
say hi and tell us what's on your mind today. Hey, Anthony, welcome to the show.
The main focus on our mind is that my family will count. The time you were young, what you did for Liberia at the time. I told a lot of people on the platform, our own age was being disrupted by the war. Some people were 15, some people were 16. Those people, they had 17 or 16, 14 civil war in their life. When after that age, it means even education, they never went far up. You don't have the opportunity to go to school, you didn't go far up. A lot of people in that range, they didn't go far up in education. So you see that the new one, I would say group, which is the family group where you can be talking about. These are people that destroying the girl. I would say group. Because whole day they jump from this person to this person, lying to the people. You see them behind Georgia today, you see them behind Joseph Barker, you see them behind you see them behind the people. These are people that spoil the Liberian community, the Liberian society. So the whole thing can be seen when somebody do something. Me, when Barker do well, I will praise Barker. When we are do well, I will praise we are. When they not do well, I will stop it. I will
No, not you. Anthony,
I will blast at them. I will say my own to them. I don't care who you are. So the whole thing here, my own person will hiding our own Buguman. Just start hiding the Buguman then. Just tell the truth to them. What for Liberia, let it be for Liberia. What for Caesar, will be for Caesar. Most of the things that we doing, who they hiding our politicians, and the politicians can do the politicians because they give us money or they do something. We should start doing it. This is a new era, this new generation. We need to move from that point to that position. That's the only way that we're going to move forward.
Thank you. Raymond? What's in your mind?
Yes, ma'am.
What's in your mind?
Well, like I said, Liberia is all that we have, the image of Liberia. We all need to contribute to build it. There's nothing in this world that is perfect. But if we have love for our nation, it's fine for all of us to contribute to the reconstruction of Liberia. I would say the reconstruction, as a matter of fact, we had a state. Even though when I look back to the evidence of normal days, the good old Liberia, the evidence are not strong to prove that we had a very prosperous nation. Even though the evidence of our GDP be on par with nations like Germany and Japan are there. But that was the era that was considered growth without development. When you leave Central Moravia, that is so small, you do not see structures that indicate a prosperous nation. That's the capital city of the nation we are talking about. You come to Sinka. After Sinka, Oro. The streets of Oro were in paved. The evidence of our university is as small as I can compare it to a community college in some developed countries. And that's the nation. But that's the nation others are so proud of. Can look back to and say that was our glorious day. But what is the evidence? When we were the highest producer of iron ore globally, we were the highest producer of rubber globally, we were still mining diamonds and gold, timber, and yet we could not build 25% of our roads. The truth of the matter is much of our roads that we have in Liberia were the path that people used to trade those days. They enlarge it and use it for motor. Some of them, the logging companies that were going into the forest to get timbers, the roads they use to get those timber out, we later convert them into motor roads. I'm saying all this to say it's us to build our country. Our past leaders, with no exempt, didn't do justice to our country. That's my opinion as a person. And we'll hold our current leaders to a standard that they can build the country. But we have to do it with a level of honesty. We can tear down everything only because we want to build a prosperous nation. That's not the path to achieving it. We have to start from 0 to 1 to 2, and progressively we can go to numbers that we appreciate. Let's encourage our leaders to do good. When they do good, let's commend them, and let's condemn them for the wrongs that they do. That's the way, but we have to do it with honesty. Thank you.
Anthony?
What's on my mind?
That's right.
First of all, good evening to every one of you. Sorry for the echo. There's some kind of maintenance was being done out at our cubicle area, so I'm in a section
Echo and blurring.
Yeah, I'm in a certain storage room right now. Until that
You
place is done.
didn't run you there?
Huh?
You didn't run you there?
I'm at work. I'm here in the US. I'm at work. But they're doing some kind of maintenance work to work we are. We're done with the work from, so I'm in the little storage section of the building to come on the show. So I got a little back echo here, like a warehouse section. But what's on my mind? Start with the alleged allegation of the assistant minister molestation with the
This is why I can mute you. Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, I said what's on my mind is the devastating news is alleged that the assistant minister or deputy minister molested a 14-year-old girl, and he has not been called in by the police or brought in to be held accountable until due process is given. And I hope this one is not going to be swept under the rug. Again, it is alleged. Nothing has been proven yet. But that also does not, exclude him from not being brought in. I think he need to be brought in, and the process needs to start ASAP. These things should not be happening to young girls. So that's one aspect. Second aspect is what I put in the group chat today. I think Roman give a response. But again, I asked a specific question. That the government launched an agriculture program since last August. And in that launching, they presented to the Liberian people a 5-year plan that will reduce rice input by 70%. On the agriculture website, they have 2 major information there. One is the outbursting money to Liberian farmers across 8 counties, not across the entire country, but 8 counties: Bomi, Grand Bassa, Grand Cape Mount, Magibi, Lofa, Moserado, and Nimba. The entire southeastern region is not mentioned. I don't know why, but it is not mentioned in those 8 counties. We have 15. They targeted 8 so far. So nothing was done for the whole year, because this disbursement just started in this month, September of 2025. So they want one complete whole year with nothing being said about what happened in the year, because they launched it since last year, August. Another thing they also mentioned was a $900 million about the agriculture making Liberia there, but this is a projection. The Liberians are very good. They went to Dakar to do this presentation, so they are soliciting money They are soliciting money as to how, so maybe Bill Gates, because the U.S. government is taking a different trend now, no aid coming to Liberia, so they're trying to use, Bill and Melinda Foundation and other ways to get money. But again, we have to be intentional if we want to address the circumstances of Liberia. How can you reduce rice input by 70% in 5 years, knowing full well we have zero megadaz farming infrastructure currently in Liberia? I am not saying I'm against this. I'm saying we got to be very measurable. Sometimes we project these big numbers and try to excite people, but in reality, it's not feasible to reduce rice input by 70% in 5 years. Is virtually impossible, given our current structure where we don't have mechanized farming infrastructure in place. The Great Ivory Coast that they're doing so well. The national budget is about 25 billion United States dollar. Not about, but it is at 25 billion United States dollar in 2025. 65% of that money comes from agriculture. They've been doing so well with agriculture. The price of cocoa have skyrocketed in the last few months, and they have now reduced rice input by 70%. And they've been doing it successfully year after year after year. Liberia can now reduce rice input by 70% in 5 years. So,
Yeah.
and this $900 million thing here, nothing on the ground right now. So, I mean, our people need to tell us where they are, how they're going. Now they're giving $1,000 to each farmer and per hectare.
Thank you, Anthony. That was just what's on your mind, something. So,
I forgot it was my opening.
But let's dig into it a little bit since you brought these things up, right? Should we go into agriculture?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do the RIP thing and then something, but let's dig into it
Yeah,
because
that's
you
the
brought
RIP thing
up
first.
other things. Let's something. So with the agriculture thing that you're talking about, what is it, right, that you want to see? Because what Bremen posted today and the other day, I think last week, we talked about some things that the Ministry of Agriculture was doing, like giving all these, like you just mentioned,
The website is right in
to
front of me. Right now,
farmers.
looking at.
I'm sorry.
I say I'm looking at the website right now. The Ministry of Agriculture website is right in front of me. Go ahead.
Yeah, so all of these things are happening, right? I mean, like Bremen just said, we all want to see Liberia develop, and we should push our leader. We should push the current leadership to do that. But are you being realistic from some of the things that you are talking about, or you want to see, or that you're blinding yourself to, because you said you didn't see these things until we mentioned them to you? So I mean, are you coming from a fair point here, Anthony, or I don't know if you'll be honest with this question, or you're just coming from the let's go get this administration, let's just beat it down, let's just beat it down. Like, what is it with you?
Thank you. Great question, Amy. You asked a very great question. See here, 8 counties that I just named. Last year, August, to this year, August, now 1 year went by via. They just started giving money to farmers. The farming season, gone for this year, 2025, gone. If you're a farmer in Liberia that's supposed to grow rice, grow cassava, this time of the year now, farming season is gone. People are harvesting right now. You go to Liberia, people are on the farm harvesting rice. Some people planting, getting to the level where they're going to start cutting in October, November, December, they're cutting their planting, right? Cassava, they will start digging up cassava. Once they start done harvesting rice, they'll start digging out cassava and other things. The corn, they already harvested the corn, right? So, in Liberia, have 2 seasons. We are in the rainy season right now in Liberia. So during rainy season, you're not planting rice, you're not planting no grumpy, you're not planting all the other cassava, you're not doing those kind of things, right? So, I'm optimistic. I think agriculture is the way for Liberia. Agriculture is the way for Africa. You understand? Yes, we have all the natural resources, but to really Liberia, our currency today, to strengthen the Liberian currency, for people to stop chasing the United States dollar, we need to invest in agriculture to buttress that. So last year, they launched an agriculture initiative for 5 years. So that means they already have a plan, because they gave projection that in 5 years, we will reduce rice input by 70%. Right now, we spend over 300 million United States dollars on rice import alone. And if you would reduce that amount of rice that comes into the country by 70%, you're not even talking about half. You're talking about 3/4. That's huge. We don't have mechanized farming infrastructure in place to be able to invest and get to that level in 5 years. Now, year one already gone. What did we achieve in year one? Because the website didn't specify anything about year one. They're only talking about what they're doing now. So from last year August to this year August, 1 year go past, gone. So we got 4 more years now for that plan. So I'm asking, where are we? And now they're telling us 500 farmers. If you do the math, you divide 500 across 8 counties, it will give you 62.5. So say human being can be 1/2, right? So we'll get running out to 63 farmers per county. That's about 504 farmers per county, right? This approach here cannot reduce rice import by 500. Now, on top of that, now they just went to Senegal. On top of that initiative first, though, they just went to Senegal to launch another initiative targeting $900 million, way above the Liberian national budget, right? So again, we did not see in this administration national budget of 2025 significant amount being allocated for agriculture, because knowing for the way they have just launched an agriculture knowing for the way they have launched this initiative in 2024, promising the Liberian people that will reduce rice import by 70%. Then the 2025 national budget, you didn't see the aggressiveness in the national budget focusing on agriculture. Are they hoping on donor funding?
But Anthony, let me hold you right there. You're talking about you didn't see it in the budget, right?
Yeah.
These ministries, they sometimes goes out and lobby. You just said something about Senegal, and then we saw that was done also in Japan and other places. Should it be in the national budget before you know that they are serious about agriculture, or
Amy,
they can have a plan to get that outside of the budget?
So this agriculture thing here is a very intentional plan for Liberia. It's not going to benefit one Liberian. It will benefit all Liberians. Whether you support the government or you don't support the government, indirectly it will benefit you. So this is something that we welcome. This is a very brilliant idea to invest in agriculture. Any government that was invest heavily in agriculture, it don't have to be the person that supported, during the campaign. I will support the initiative because it will benefit Liberia. Above all, Liberia comes first, regardless of my opinion. Liberia comes first.
But that's not a question I asked you, though.
We need to see the intention in the government, in the national budget. Guess what? Their office's budget, that office operation budget, they didn't mess with it. Their travel budget, they didn't mess with it. But the thing that will benefit the ordinary Liberian, that will create jobs opportunity, that will provide food security, that will provide other opportunities, that will make people to be able to afford to send their children to school. Because when somebody have a job, they can take care of themselves, they can pay for the children tuition, all the different things. They're not investing in it. It's all.
So Anthony, one more last question before I go to Raymond. One more last question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the government can work if they don't have the budget needed to do those work that you're talking about? They have to find the funding for agriculture, which I believe that I believe, I don't think that it just have to be in the national budget before I know that they're serious about agriculture. Yeah, if they have the money and they
If
didn't put it there, yes, I was something.
they can
But if they
find the
have
money,
other areas and they are working on as well, I don't expect them to put all of the money in agriculture alone. But you're saying that they didn't touch that offices, something they didn't do that. If they're not running those offices, if the president is not working, if the office is not running, if the agriculture minister is not running, if there's no budget for the minister or the ministry to run, how do you expect these things to happen? If they put all just on doing that, how do you expect these things to happen if these people are not working? If they are not being given the budget to work? Because I always hear you saying that like their offices are
so Amy,
not being
yes, what
followed.
you do.
How are
You
they
see, one
supposed to be
one thing that people
working?
so yeah, is one thing people overlook. There is a quick turnaround in the investment of agriculture as opposed to education. Right? If you invest in education, it will take you years before you can get the dividend back. If you invest in agriculture, you get a dividend back in return faster than education. Education is a long-term plan. You understand? What will help this administration faster in shorter term is agriculture. You understand? It will do three things. It will create jobs, it will provide food security, it will also strengthen our national currency, the Liberian dollar. You understand? And it will boost the local economy. That's 4. So it doesn't mean that other things are not important. Yes, we have competing priorities. Agriculture is one of those things they don't put on top of the list. It's down at the bottom. Look at the national budget. Look at the national budget and see. They could slash other area. That's some area they can slash and cut the waste in government and put it in agriculture. I'm not saying that you take 100 million United States dollar and put it in agriculture, but they can afford to put 10 million dollars in agriculture. They can afford to put 15 million dollars in agriculture or 20 million dollars in agriculture. They can afford it. But you know what? It's not a priority for them.
Thank you.
That's my opinion.
Thank you. Raymond?
Yeah, first and foremost, my brother was able to go on the Ministry of Agriculture website to speak about what he wanted to find and mention what he wanted to mention. And for me, such an approach is a cherry-picking approach. When you want to research on a subject matter, especially to come to the public glare, you want to go in depth. Some of the questions he asks can be fun, but it will require time and effort and interest. But when you have been on by muffin the government for initiatives that are positive, you will only see what you want. If you want to find fault, in the faults you're going to find. But when you are objectively trying to find the truth about anything, you will find everything about the thing. Currently, I share with him, the government of Liberia have engaged in several initiatives working towards the goal by 2030 to make what we consume in Liberia, rice, should be locally produced in Liberia, 70%. So by that time, the government is hoping that only 30% of the rice we eat in Liberia will be imported. And mind you, rice don't take an entire year to grow. So that tells you that the government will build up with other initiatives. So by the year 2029 to 2030, that goal can be achieved. And when you set goals in projects, sometimes you don't have to achieve it 100%. But everything above a 70% is a satisfactory achievement. So, brother, when you hear these kind of objectives, you have to start seeing it from a project management perspective, that there will be challenges. But if efforts are being made to achieve them, And in projects, we have milestones. We got kickoff. And you are able to measure the indicators to coming to the timeline of achieving the project. And all I heard my brother, he never mentioned any of these objective measurement for measuring projects. I only heard political rhetoric. So you are not analyzing anything. You're not even measuring the timeline. You're not even measuring currently. The government have multiple projects. To mention a few, the government has seed project where they have a variety of different seeds that they have introduced to farmers, multiple workshops, training sections for Liberian farmers. Currently, the government have fertilizer projects that they're giving to farmers to improve the soil. In order to grow rice to that scale, there are many steps to take. And we are in the embryonic stage of the project. The project had just begun. So what are the first things? What are the low-hanging fruits? What are the clear off? The government is improving roads. One indicator, don't we see roads all around the country? If we must feed ourselves up to 70%, the rice must leave the farm and reach to the market where Liberians can buy them. And good roads will be the vehicle. That's one indicator to understand, my brother. I hope you're taking notes. Second, what kind of rice crops will Liberians grow? Currently, the government have multiple species of high-producing rice in the country, introducing them to farmers, training farmers how to cultivate them. It will always start from a low scale, and it will gradually scale up. Because these projects are called pilot projects, where they are testing, and that's what the government gave herself 5 years period to be able to implement this adequately. And in the year one, what the government is doing is training. I got farm. My farm manager goes to Monrovia all the time for the government trainings. I got pictures in my phone when he goes to the trainings. I'm not a big farmer. I'm a small farmer. The government is introducing different species of cassava. Currently, the government is training small farmers how to grow cashew nuts and introducing species of cashew nut that they have researched at places like Kyrie, where Liberians can grow. There's a step-by-step process, my brother. Rome wasn't built overnight. And the government did not tell you by 2024 to 2025 or 2026 will produce this extent of rice.
So Raymond,
Yeah.
the same question that I asked him. Do we have to see the government a hefty amount of money from the national budget before we know that they are serious about agriculture, or we can also know that, like you said, they have multiple projects and that they are going out to lobbies for these things, that they are also talking to people. That's why they came up with these announcements and stuff.
Amen. The very first thing, anybody who wants to talk about Liberia development has to understand where is the baseline, where is Liberia. That's where the conversation starts. Where are we? Liberia is among the least developed countries with one of the weakest economy. So what Liberia has for our development agenda is called development partners. And some of these development partners are helping us in areas that are very critical to our national development. And one of those areas is called agriculture. One of those areas is called health. And one of those areas is called education. So a lot of the grants that comes to Liberia come in these sectors. So the government being aware, when you get goodwill in a particular sector, you use your resources to the other sectors that are not attracting the same amount of goodwill. And now where my friend Anthony needs to understand, look, we can't criticize things out of the lack of understanding. And like I said, my brother has the ability to research. If he wants to, he can. But he would rather know things and try to bomb up the government because he has an opportunity to use social media. And I will go to label a few projects that our development partners are involved with. I don't know them off here because I don't work for the Ministry of Agriculture. But it just took me a few seconds to launch the internet and ask the requisite questions to get the results that anybody can find who's willing to research.
Thank you.
Currently, this is called C for Liberia, a project launched in October 2024, fully sponsored by the EU. That's that project that introducing variety of seed crops in rice and other seed crops in Liberia that carry on other places have research suitable for high yield. Fully sponsored by the EU. No Liberian dollar money in it. So the Liberian government did not need to put national budget into it because our development partner, the EU, said we'll take care of this. We also have a 5 million grant that was launched in 2025 on STAR IFAD project at the Ministry of Education. 5 million euro. That's not donor, that's grant. That's not government Liberia money. We also have IFAD project that is called that involve with external financing loans. The last time I heard the Minister of Finance talking about that, said that we're going to be a 16 million agreement they already have for financial loans to farmers. So there are a lot of things in the process. That's not nonsense. That's from AFDP. When they went to what country to sign it, there were a few countries that signed it. And so there are a lot of other places the government can attract resources. The government does not have to take all from her budget. And we know that even in the 6 years, George Weah took a loan of $1.something billion. The government is able to take loan in agriculture. And my brother rightly said, the agriculture sector is able to do returns. As a matter of fact, every Liberian eats every day. They spend money to eat. All of us that take pay wherever in the world we are, we spend money to eat. So somewhat made agricultural produce we sell. So if the government is able to attract grants and loans in this area, the government will get the return.
Thank you.
And there are many other projects here I could go naming. They are all
Mr. Davis.
and loans from the from Goodwill Partners.
Mr. Davis.
Mr. David. The man
you're
something. One international law, the conversation. We'll have a conversation real good today.
You're taking me on the agriculture thing before.
The agriculture thing we're talking, I don't know how we're going with it. I don't really understand. Government going Senegal, 2025, $9 million project, forum with the AFS, the African Food Security System, like that. So the whole thing here is, do you guys know some of the farmers? That's the big question to ask.
Do you have to know them?
Yes.
Do you have to know every farmer in Liberia, Mr. Davis?
Not every farmer. Who are those getting the money?
Mr. David, I told you I got a small farm. My farm manager is always.
The money?
Hold on, Mr. Davis. You ask a question.
And I want the farm receive.
Have the loan and the grant project started? That's the first thing you said. In the embryonic stage of any project, the project is not fully implemented.
The government said that disbursing money to the farmer, 500 farmers disbursing. Now, what they say on our website?
They said the disbursing. Did they say they've completed disbursement?
Yeah.
That they said they have completed
disbursement. They gave me 60%. Listen.
But man, now let's digest the information.
In cash upfront. Listen now.
But brother, I said the government didn't.
In cash upfront.
All right, when you finish, I will come in.
Okay.
The fine, Mr. David, I can tell you that my farm. And I'm answering the question.
Ain't say when I finish, you're coming. The question I was asked, are they giving money? I say yes. According to the website, the Ministry of Agriculture website, they are giving 60% in cash. And 40% will be done in seeding and fertilizer. Right now, even the guy photo of them receiving with a form and check, article poster, everything on the website here. I mean, it's a public website.
But that doesn't mean
Right.
they're done, right?
So they gave
That's
me.
the question.
So
I'm
again,
not saying they are done. I'm just saying they are giving 60% in cash.
and again, I said the objective way.
And they started disbursing that money in September this month. September
All right.
5th. They started disbursing the money.
So, my
So go
brother,
ahead.
in project management, in order to evaluate anything, you must evaluate it based on the timeline and the milestone. So
Who have
in
not
there,
managed project? You keep going by project management.
my brother, we
I
analyzing and we're
managed
talking to our public. I'm not speaking to you, my brother.
Anthony, come on now. Let him talk. You talk, let him talk. Don't
I'm
do
using
that.
best practice to evaluate anything. I'm not using Anthony. Anthony is not a standard. Anthony have never been a standard. So I'm using standard procedures here, my brother. And we're talking to our public.
So who never use a standard? That's why I'm
I'm
asking
not
you.
speaking to
Okay,
you.
now you muted my
So
ear.
it has nothing to do with you. In standard procedure, my people, anytime someone said they would do something, they will tell you we'll start from this time, and by this time, we'll achieve this. And most times they will not even achieve 100% because there's something called challenges. And sometimes projects can experience setback. Like any of in achieving anything in life, sometimes we have setbacks. But the point is, the progress report will indicate by this time we have achieved of our targeted number of beneficiaries. We have achieved 20%, 30%. And I told you that my small farm manager is always in Monrovia for these trainings, and even in Lofa County. I am one of those farms that have been targeted to benefit. People have gone to my farm to do survey. And based on those very reports, the implementation of the project starts. I have not claimed that I have achieved any of the grants, but we are one of those targeted farms to receive those grants and loans and everything. But it will have to be with a project proposal. You have to write a proposal. It's a process. And based on the quality of your proposal, that's how these things are achieved. So it's not an event, it's a process.
You're finishing
Thank
on
you
that.
very much, Mr.
I just have one small question. Then you're going all
So
over again.
why can't we be fair to the Liberian people and read exactly what the people say here? Remember, I gotta say,
Anthony, when we get back to you, you'll do it. Let
me
Mr. David have his time,
that
please.
information here, man, making this in here alone can read.
Okay, when we get back to you, you'll give it. Let Mr. David have his time now.
So let me tell you the whole family.
Don't ask no more questions.
I will not ask question. I'll just say something. If you want to put in your topic, then put in your topic. The whole farming issue, that lie, big lie to the Liberian public. Because 99.9% of Liberian farmers, they're hand to more farmers. Nobody can tell me all the farmers that in Lofa County, Nima County, all the county they measure, they get tractor trailer, or they get tractor to do the farm for them. The way you can see in America, people moving from one place, spraying all the one there. Doing all kind of thing. Liberian farmers don't have it. Example, people that benefit. Senator, where is it? American, he benefiting Bapudu. What are he done? Say he found what we got that money, $200 some more $1,000. What did he not put on the Liberian market? Nothing. He took that money to eat it free. The whole thing we can be doing, we say we want to do this thing. Me, I told you I do that Ascara. Until I see it, I eat some of the corn, I eat some of the rice. I'm talking about the one bring one bag of rice, put on the market, and put like brown and put red resin on it. That's what I'm talking about. It must be every part of Liberia. I must see it there before I believe it. But let me tell you, all that money they're collecting, they give it to their girlfriend, their brother, their cousin, their nephew. I mean, tell them get land and go for loan. They don't know you, they will not give it to you. You're not a girlfriend, they will not give it to you. So that whole thing they're talking about agriculture farming, the government do this thing, government do this thing, everything is flat. Nothing. They're doing nothing. Nothing. When you go Liberia, you will not see it. All those things they're talking about, I get farm. Nothing. Majority of the people that say they get farm, they ain't get nothing. You go there, that farms, I can't even produce one bag of rice. Some of them like the people will know them. If all the farmers they're targeting, they will put rest on the market. Then why think the population of 5 million people? 5 million. Let's say every year all the farmers they come together, they put 5 million bag of rice on the market. Amen. One bag of rice, you 100-pound bag of rice, you will eat it for more than 6 months. So that farm will carry every Liberian up to 6 months. In fact, not all the Liberians go in Liberia. There are few of them there. Not all of them can eat rest. The people that they calculated for population, not everybody can eat rest. So you see that we compare ourselves rest production like Gambia. Gambia produce rest and export rest. All the farming too we talking about from Joggia town to present. What you not see like great export? Nothing besides cocoa. Cocoa is producing small cocoa and rubber. I think they can produce a little bit. Because majority of the farmers in the villages are rubber farmers. Everybody putting rubber down. Because rubber is long-term farming as compared to rice, where you got to do crop rotation, you got to move from the ground to another ground, move from another ground to another ground. The first thing all Liberian farmers do not have any means to cut down the DB tree, to rural it, to make it flat, for caterpillar to go there, a yellow machine to go there and make them flat, and do everything. So I can say, I get this one. I get 40 hectares of land.
Don't you think that's why the government is talking about the 285 yellow machine? Now everybody was making noise
What's
about
that count? You not see a bee breaking down in a backyard.
That yellow machine.
I don't know. What do you want, Mr. Davis? Because right now you're making a
yellow machine for
construction here or projection or I don't know whatever it is for me to say.
I'm saying that we are not trustworthy. We are not true to ourselves.
Listen, I'm coming. Yeah. This is a different era that we're in, and I get it. How they call it for past administrations, right? I get that. But we've seen this administration holding people accountable. We've seen people going to jail for even bag of rice that were brought into the country. We've seen all of that. And then you're telling us that money that donors give to Liberia to give to farmers, they will see all of this going on with audits and stuff that going on left and right, which we never seen in the past administration. People getting held accountable and audits and places and all of that. We've seen it now. And you're still here having stuck in the past. For you to have an open mind and say, yes, this is going on now, or whatever and that's why the farmers, that's what the government is saying, you have to have a certain amount of land, not just you're not just going there with 1 acre of land and it will give you money. You must have a certain amount of land. That's what it's saying. And you have to be doing certain kind of farming or whatever. So you're still here telling us that we should get stuck in the past. Instead, even though we said we want this, want that, we should still be stuck in the past and say, because it didn't happen that time, so it's not going to happen. And I get, like I said, I get where you're coming from because of the cultural impunity and all of that and the corruption in the country. But why would you just blindly just say that, they need this, and then when I say, if they're coming, they'll be breaking down behind the houses. It's like you don't have any kind of positive mindset on the whole thing. What is going on here? Do you want to see this, or you just have them? I don't even know. But this is my first question.
Amen. I'm looking at the society of Liberia. Majority of people that are in government, now the same old people you're talking about, they don't want in government today. Majority of the same people you're talking about, they are young people.
But I just asked you though, you've seen people getting arrested, you've seen people getting held accountable, you've seen all this going on. You never saw that in the past administration. So why wouldn't you think that something would be different when it comes to the distributing of funds and stuff to farmers and stuff? Why would you just see negative in everything when it comes? They want to lie. When they say Michelle, they will break down the other house. They want to you had no positive mindset at all about the.
No, I don't have positive mindset. I visit Liberia most of the time. I don't see the farmer they're talking about. I see people using ice to cut down trees. You know how many trees that man will cut down before he handbrake? So you think, what kind of farm that man will make? Is it farm that's going to supply the market, or farm that's going to only supply a household? We got to look at all these stuff into comparison.
But the next farming season, the man hungry.
Yeah, the next one is in the man hungry. You see everybody running for back arrest. Chinese back arrest or Pakistani back arrest. Now, Red Flag got to come down for $14. Now they're giving farmer money. Next year, we'll talk this thing right. I will remind you. They start giving loan in September. Up to now, no rest is on the market. Rest price is going up. That Chinese rest on the market, Pakistani rest or Indian rest on the market. They're not Liberian rest. Liberian rest, you will see it temporary because you come see it now. You got a time to harvest that lay rest. When they finish harvest, they got a business and sell it to people that are going to buy for them to pay like the school fee, or to pay like to buy like training uniform, or to buy that web gen lapa for Christmas. Like what you going to see. But in that farming, you don't go Liberia. I not see farm like when you go Africa, you see you get on farm, you go Ghana way, or you come on the other side. You see farm left and right. You get
Mr.
a farm,
Davis.
you get to the one.
Mr.
These are
Davis.
the money for those kind of farm.
Do you see anything changing at all in Liberia?
At this present moment,
Duh,
when
yeah.
we say thing changing, it gotta be in the grade, we gotta do grade system. If you go into a grade system, it's not just moving from like people can call it what K2, K1, K3. Whenever you go into K2E.
So the answer is no.
No, yeah, K1. We say K1.
Okay, thank you.
So if I may, I need to respond to some of the things that Raymond said. If I may, quickly here. So I invested in farm in Liberia. Not small scale farm, but large scale farm. We cultivated 22 hectares, which is about 54 acres of land. All right. In 1 year, we planted 12,000 cocoa trees.
How many acres in a hectare?
2.2 acres.
That's
2.5. 2.5
just
in 1 hectare. The hectare is bigger than an acre. No, 2.5 acres make 1 hectare.
You gotta be kidding me.
2.5
acres like
make 1 hectare.
A zillion
a hectare is 100 meters square.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
no. Okay.
Acres is smaller than a hectare. So yeah, 1 hectare is 100 meters square. 100 meters here or 4 square. That's a hectare, right?
Oh.
So I saw how much production from 1 year. Liberia can turn this page via agriculture, tourism, fishery, avoiding the extractive industry. We can turn the page if we focus on agriculture. You understand? My dear brother want to come here and intellectualize this conversation on project this, project that. Look, you started something in 2024. 1 year gone by, complete 12 months gone by. You didn't hear me complaining since, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, up until June, July. That's when I start asking, where are we with this project? Where are we with this project? Where are we with this project? Because this was a full-blown ceremony at the ministerial complex with all the actors from the agriculture department, from the Ministry of Finance, from the executive mansion. I mean, it was a big ceremony with a big, how do you call it? It was unprojected, but they also have a banner, a big banner with the agriculture thing, everything. So it was not a small program. You understand? People were excited. I was excited that, oh yes, this administration mean well for Liberia because
no, you did not.
This thing here will solve most of Liberia's problem. Because agriculture, currently as we speak, that girl called Tanji, she does funny anything on Facebook, but she also have a business where she ships things to, from Liberia to America. She goes to the Africa and buy pepper wholesale and go sell it to people there to Gorbachev market. Can you imagine? A Liberian leave the country, go to Guinea, go to Africa and buy pepper in bulk. When you put pepper seed in the ground in Liberia, will it die? When you plant pepper in Liberia, will it die? It's not going to die. The same sun that shines in Africa shines in Liberia. The same rain that falls in Africa falls in Liberia. Rice need 2 things. Rice, to grow rice, you can harvest rice 3 times a year. 3 times. You can plant rice 3 times and harvest it 3 times in 1 year. If you go by the swamp. If you go with a regular land, 1 time a year. But a swamp farm, 3 times a year. You understand? Rice needs 2 things. Sunlight and water. Do we have sunlight in Liberia? Yes. Do we have water? Yes. We have a lot of swampy land. We have water. We have good rainfall in Liberia. Rice is our staple food. Why are we spending 300 million plus for rice input alone? So yes, when the president said they're going to reduce rice input by 70%, even though that number was too sketchy, but the fact that he prioritized agriculture, I was like, yes, let's do this. I was skeptical with that 70%, but
I was just about to say that, Anthony. You keep on that meeting with Chris.
Yes, I'm being honest. I was skeptical with the number. Is it possible to reduce rice input by 45% in 5 years? Yes, you can do it, but 70% is too steep. But be as it may, nothing wrong with the Imiha. That's my just personal, skepticism. But be as it may, Amy. After 1 year, I am disappointed. I am disappointed in this administration for playing with the emotion and intelligence with the Liberian people. Look, that's what it's saying right here. That's what it's saying. Each Liberian farmer will receive what? $1,000 per hectare, which of course that's a good metric. I like that metric, $1,000 per hectare. So it raised competition among the farmers. If you have more, if cultivate more hectares, you get more money from the government. I like that approach, right? That's what I said.
But then I think I'm entitled to 3,000 then.
Yeah, no. So let me end up right here. So that $1,000, 60% of the $1,000 will be given in cash. They not say that just $1,000 they give you. They saying they allocating $1,000 per hectare. Brilliant. Whoever came up with that ratio, brilliant. Okay, it raises what? Competition among farmers. They say, oh, the more you do, the best it will be for you. That's what the government doing to the farmer. So I like that. And they're not giving all in cash. They're balancing it out. They give you 60% in cash. The other 40% seeding and fertilizer. That's the government ratio. I'm reading to you. This is not me.
I read that thing before. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, good. So with that, it's great. But guess what? They also gave a timeline. I remember talking about when they gave a timeline as to when they expect the disbursement to be completed. They gave a timeline. They didn't leave it open, so they know what they're doing. But you know what my disappointment is? After a whole complete.
So what's the timeline there?
The timeline I think is in October. What's the date here? Not around October something. I read it, but I can't pinpoint.
You won't find it.
Yeah, but they started September the 3rd, 2025. You understand? But the disbursement will finish this year. I like the competition, right? I like the competition that they're doing it incrementally based on how much hectare you cultivate. Brilliant. Nothing wrong with that idea. At least John can say, oh, you gave my friend money, you ain't giving me friend back. We all on the same page. If you cultivate more, you get more. Right? If you cultivate less, you get less. And the government not giving you all cash, you can make an excuse to say, oh, I want big farm, but no support. The government offering you support. 60% in cash and 40% in material. Great. But you gone 1 full year. So what did you do in a 1 year? Raymond, that training, what you talking about, my dear brother? You came
My
here to
brother,
talk
will you
lecture
just keep repeating yourself and take all the time you have to repeat your opinions? With no fact-based analysis,
brother,
no evidence-based analysis.
What you talking about is so intellectual lies or Liberian people can eat rice 24/7. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
When did the government say she will reduce rice by something percent? What time? What timeline she gave?
2030.
And we in this time, are you trying to achieve that by now?
Well, 2030 is not guaranteed.
Your measurement is unrealistic, my brother. Let's move on, man. Enough of your recitation of your
there's no recitation here,
skepticism on these things.
We're not debating here, Raymond.
No, but you say all those things 1,000 times already. It's monotonous.
I said a 5
My brother,
years.
let's move on. We're not
We're
going to hold a show to you lecturing us with your
No, I said 1
Check
year
it,
gone
Satan.
by. They didn't achieve anything in 1 year.
How many
They
times
just
have you
started
said that?
dispersing money.
How many
Don't
times
end
have you
to the
said that?
second, Anthony. They ain't ending to the second.
No, it's okay. It's good. You can start talking.
All right, come here with me.
So my brother repeated himself more than 5 times. Every phrase he knows, he used it more than 5 times. And all those phrases were just his personal sentiments about the project. No indicator of the project feeling. No measurable yardstick he used. And Mr. Davis said, people that are saying that their own farm are lying. But the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Out of the abundance of the man's heart, he speaks. Evil thinkers are evil doers. I just mentioned say I got farm.
Not evil. They're not evil as you.
You said people that say they get farm, they're lying.
But
So Mr. David, will you give me a chance? Will you mute yourself and give me a chance?
What?
Mr. Davis don't know any of us here, but so good, the same person that on his side said he have a farm in Liberia. And Mr. David, you don't know me from anywhere except
I
being
got a
on the
farm too. Not up already, no, but
So
it is.
when I'm telling you I'm having a farm on the same podium, you come out and say people that say they got farm, it tells me what you're speaking out of. The shape of your heart, your character, who you are. You're speaking out of what deep inside you. You don't know the difference from truth and lie, but you're calling everything lie. Because you are the definition of the word naysayer. Anything that you hear, you got skepticism of it. Nothing works. In your word, everything is a failure. So nothing can be achievable. Everything is doomed to destruction. But no, there are people who are beating the status quo. There are people who are making good out of opportunities. There are people who are making strides and achieving goals. While other people see the world to be a terrible place, there are people who are making things that don't look all good. And that's the state of Liberia. Liberia isn't all good. So all what you guys define is the state of Liberia. But what can be done? This administration said, look, Liberians are not feeding themselves. What can we do? We have to go to places like Cote d'Ivoire. My brother rightly said it, if Cote d'Ivoire can do it, Guinea can do it. Why can't Liberia? The initiative. Currently, we have the government taking 35 cents for fuel storage to put 30 cents into projects like these, where we can give our farmers the ability to clear their farms, like you described, to bring equipment in from China. And then we still having the naysaying, still nothing happens. They're giving it to their girlfriend. Look, it just out of not having understanding on things that people who won't work in government will say that everybody that works in government are rogues. That means, who were you when you were in government? When everybody that works in government was rogue. I work in government and I can tell you, I never stole a dime. I can beat my chest and say it. And I can name several persons who have worked in government, managed projects that have worked huge money, and they are good people, they're not stealing. But if there's a Liberian somewhere who worked once in government and calling everybody in government rogue, it tells you who he is. Because not everybody steals. So we have to stop this negative mentality, but we burn our country down with our words. It's out of the shape of the bitterness of our hearts. The character of ourselves, that we can see good in anything. Only negativity. Who are we that we can see good? The possibility of good never exists in our world. Who are we? Judge yourself. Maybe you need to start with yourself. But Liberia is a good place. It's the mother's land. We all pray for Liberia progress, and we are seeing improvement. One of it, today in Liberia, nobody's staying in queue to buy petroleum products. If nobody can see that as a progress from where we come from, if nobody knew that during the 14 years of civil war in Liberia, everything was standstill and progress wasn't being made, and that has an effect on us and we are recovering from it. If nobody can see that prior to the war, people in Liberia, as much as we're not having macadamia farming, the agricultural production, but war has an effect. People were not farming during the war. But right now, government is making progress, meeting development partners. We have 20 variety of rice, high unit rice in Liberia. If you don't know that, that means you limit that in your low word. But that doesn't mean it's not working. But the truth of the matter is, truth never lies. Hides. It always surfaces. Lies can spread fast like fire, but soon it will be exposed. 2029 to 2030, we'll sit here and we'll see who the liars are and who the truth sayers are. Because lies will always be exposed. So continue lies.
I wonder why they excluded the entire region, the southeastern region, in the agriculture plan.
Brother, you got to be able to do baseline studies. And let me just give you the baseline studies. The high producer of anything in any project are the people you target first. Ask yourself in Liberia, who are the highest producer of agricultural produce in our country? Where are the high
Anybody in Liberia who into agriculture, if it comes to law, land federalization, and best area
brother,
to grow rice in Liberia.
Brother, that's not a yardstick.
No, listen.
My man, I was talking, you not even allow me to learn. You asked a question, I was trying to answer your question. You can't even give me chance.
Raymond, you finish talking.
No, I never got through talking. No, I never got through talking. You asked a question, I was attempting to. No, I was attempting your question, you never giving. Brother, I work with CEDA. CEDA is the Swedish government.
First of all, we have
Let me get background. Except you don't want to hear the answer. Except you don't want to get the answer.
We have one of the best European company in Liberia. Anybody who were in Liberia prior to the war, EEC was a European company now in Liberia, and they have vehicles and they created vacation job for people. My dad even worked for EEC. All right, and agriculture was the reason why they were in the country, and where EEC was focused predominantly were in the southeast, right? Because that side, when it comes to rice production, they have the land.
So what are you trying to imply, Anthony?
Raymond is saying.
No. Forget about what Raymond is saying.
No.
So because there's a reason. That's what the government said.
But the answer why
you're
Raymond
trying to make it out of something else. So like that's what I'm asking you.
I was wondering why they didn't go there. They didn't include them. Raymond said his justification just then was the county that they know that can produce in large quantity, and the country they went to. Now what you
not excluded. They started.
That's why I said you never heard me.
A whole year had gone by.
You never allow me to conclude. You cut me off. Then you're trying to say what I said.
On our website, they said 8 counties. They said put it there. Not me put it there.
So what are the 8 counties?
Bomi, Grand Bassa, Cape Mount, Magibi, Lofa, Moserado, and Nimba.
Amy, can I respond?
No, I was trying to respond. If I can respond, then you can come in because my brother cut me off.
Well, your problem, Amy, letting everybody talk for more than 10 minutes. I know you talk for 2 minutes.
So can I respond? Amy?
Okay, let Raymond you're coming.
So Amy, so Amy, before any project is done, brother is not an agriculturalist, not an imam, but I've been involved with many baseline studies done in Liberia. We look for data. We don't create data. We don't manufacture data. Numbers don't lie. They speak for themselves.
Right.
We go in the field and we do a qualitative measurement of what the facts are. And those who are these project analysts sit down, and most of them are not Liberians. They analyze the data, and the data dictate the course of action. I'm not in the agriculture ministry, but I did that for roads. And I work with CEDA. CEDA have many farm to market roads that are built. And CEDA will, based on the yardstick of measurement, CEDA will tell us where to do those projects. And CEDA TD projects, TD counties, when she came to Liberia, she intervened, was in Lofa, Bone, and Nimba, because these are the 3 highest producing agriculture belts in our country. The Southeast is the least. I know that for a fact. So when you want to start a pilot project, you start with the easier, low-hanging fruit, the places that your progress can be used to replicate to other places. That would be the only reason.
Mr. Davis?
This is not a pilot project, though.
Okay. Let me say this.
We'll get to the government and can't answer your question.
Let me say this. We gotta if we want to know Liberia, we gotta look at the history of Liberia. Where are we going? They say talk about the breaking from war, nobody was making farming. Kigali, Rwanda, they came from war the same way too. They came more people in less than time Liberia people came people. But they're going high up. They're small country that do the born country. Their GDP is high. Their budget is in billion. They're doing more agriculture and producing more development. Don't look at the Liberian government side from 1847 to present. We're talking about roads. We're talking about this one. When this road was built, when will this road be built? They're talking about road. You go in Granville, they can't go good. You go in any part of Liberia, the only time you can ride Liberia on Good Car Road is from Monrovia to Nima County, Kanta. That's it. And a few other areas. In between, it crack all the other areas there. But we still talking about what Benny Road, we can't see those roads. Liberia is still in the dark age. They're not even moved from there. The only people that are moving from there from the dark age that the representatives and senators there were paying a huge sum of money. So most of the things that we're talking here that we doing negative talk or we say negative. No, we are looking at reality. What is going on day-to-day activity? No medicine in the hospital. People are not going to school. Children are not going to school now. A lot of the school they enter no school.
The school closed.
School not go school open. School open, but most of the high school, the middle school, the whatsoever, all of them open. But you go to most of the school, they are empty because the parents cannot afford to even pay their children's school fee. So we can't we sit down and say, and nobody can talk about positive. This is not positive. It happened in reality. I never see Liberia product on the market besides Chinese West. We fought for Chinese back on the whole day. But also, somebody I get this farm, I get this farm. I cannot see your product on the market.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Now, no one is saying that Liberia don't have problems. Liberia, these things have not happened in Liberia before. That's not what anyone here is saying. That's not what we're saying. But this almost 2 years that we've gone in this government, we've seen people getting audit report grabbing people's throats, people getting indicted, and they're being held accountable. So we're in a different time now. Should we continue to be living in the 80s, in the 70s, in the 60s, while we're in 2025 and going to 26 and something? Even though we've seen a little step, it's not a big steps yet, but just from 0 to 1 or 0.20 or 0.2, isn't that a little steps that we have to be a little bit like optimistic and say, okay, so let's see how this happened. How would this end? Since they are doing this now, since they are doing that now. But if we come here next 6 years from now, you come here again when it will not happen because it happened in the 60s. It will not happen because it happened in the 70s. It will not happen. Then where are you going? You're still living in that age.
Amen. We gotta be objective. I'm speaking to the Liberian people. I'm speaking to what happened in the past and what is still happening in the past. We are representatives and senators, and we collect money to go for agricultural bread. None of them bring one bag of rice on the market or even cassava on the market.
But that's not what we're talking about here, though.
No, that where your money going. That where your money is going. You giving representatives and senators 30,000, you're not forcing them to bring rice on the market. You pay them huge sum of money. Other countries, smaller countries, they're not paying the government a high amount of money. They're focusing on agriculture and health.
Conversation, though, that we
got to look at it that way too. Liberia is older than Rwanda. Rwanda is taking Liberian students on scholarship. Are we not seeing of ourselves when our government officials are corrupting the money?
That's what I'm saying. That different conversation you bring into when we're talking about agriculture, we're talking about the government giving farmers $1,000 per or hectare.
These are the same senators and representatives that
We
go
don't
south
care
for big
representative
money.
paying something. That has nothing to do with this, though. We agree. You can talk about that pay, you can talk about the benefits, yeah, but that's a different conversation for another day. Why are we bringing that into a conversation where
Amen.
we saying
Amen. That money they just to BG, not get senator or representative to go help you to sign for some of those money. The way you say you got to apply for it, you got to do the one that more Liberian people, Liberian farmers, they don't read, right? Majority of them.
I about to put our system to test.
You can wear. Most of them people that I said are doing farming, most of them don't know how to go through the process. The process the government try to
They will say I'm not qualified
the
because
senator represented them. So they'll bring their own people to work for those stuff. There's somebody give example. American is a president, a senator. He told money over I don't know how many thousands of dollars to do farming to carry a farm. Where is the farm? He's a president senator.
Mr. David, can you tell where Mr. Amara Conner took that money from?
He told from Georgia government.
Georgia government give money to farmers?
No. That's a different program. That's a different program. I know.
But it was for farming. It was for farming.
President Affinity got some money. Edwin Snow got some money. But Amara from Conner Farm is doing well. They're producing oil right now. They got oil farm and they're producing oil. I saw it over 20 liter gallon of.
Thank you, my brother. My saw image.
300 some more thousand.
My saw image of Amara Conner.
I saw it cattle. I saw it.
My brother, thank you. You
he's
see,
doing well.
my brother, thank you. You see, that's why I use the Bible verse.
Why are always joining my
Let him finish. Yeah, let him finish.
Yeah, when you're talking, I can keep quiet. You're feeling talking for at all. The matter of 5 years is until me I tell Judy Akarazo. Until I see them, until we not buy no more Chinese West oil from because we can tell the oil carry to how they call the place. What the country need? We will finally don't bring it back to Liberia. That's how the ship can go to Maryland and land there. Turkey. That's how they can get the real oil in and be taking it to Turkey, they refund it to alcohol and bring it back to Liberia. Africa get our same machine then down there. Most of the senator representatives will buy it within that district or in that country to do that same refining in the country. Africa is refining real oil to alcohol oil. Africa is doing a lot of
put in the pie and burn it.
Huh?
Just put in the pie and burn it.
No, it will not produce alcohol.
To extract alcohol, the pan does not have to be boiled. It can be raw and extract the alcohol from it.
Yeah.
If you want to do it the easier way, then you can do that. But if you want to do it the hard way,
but now that Turkey is taking it from Liberia to go refine it before they bring it back.
So, Amy, what you want? Amy, my point here was when you see problems, you will never see solutions. But when you see problem and able to find solutions out of problem, then you're productive. But when you see problems and your imagination stuck with problems, you finish. You over. There are problems in Liberia. No one said there aren't problems. Mr. David want to compare Liberia to Rwanda. Rwanda war started in 1990. Liberia war started in 1989.
Mm-hmm.
Liberia war ended 2023. Rwanda war started in 1994. You won't compare the two? Mr. David, then your comparison is flawed. When it took Rwanda to be what we know it to be today, to fought war for 4 years.
But it came more people, 2 million.
But man, we're not talking about, we're talking about the production period. We're not analyzing death. Nothing here was about the analysis of death. It was about the period where you could now rebuild. The period where you could not
that excuse. And then how many
years? Not excuse, my brother. There's always cause and effect. If you're not able to see life from cause and effect, the effect of the war affected our education system. Do you know what the Liberian education system was prior to the war? Do you know what it is now? You're calling it excuse? Then we're not living in the realm of reality. When a house breaks down, to rebuild a house, is it the same as when you have your house well built? It's not the same. That's what I'm saying. Let's use evidence-based analysis. Evidence-based analysis, my brothers. That's what I'm asking. Consider 1989 to 2023 with no serious leadership, no serious progress,
Not
embargoes on you.
2003. Not
I mean,
2023.
2003. I'm sorry. Thanks for the correction.
Oh, so
With
yeah,
serious embargo on you, your country being controlled by the United Nations, you got freeze on this. You can't do this. You can't do that. That's not governance, period.
It's like
We're in an emergency state, my brothers. Let's understand that when we discuss Liberia problem. For me, I'm a critic of Liberia issues. I came here and said we have never done it. But let's be fair to the discourse. When we analyze these things, let's be honest too. Liberia
Raymond,
not made
the question I have
strive
for you
during
here,
those
have we
periods.
really been
The
intentional
only
about
time
rebuilding the
Liberia
country?
has started making strive to recovery was Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And let's be honest, as much as I'm not happy with where we are today, but we can see progress. I'm an engineer. All our roads, I was in engineering school before the war ended. All our roads were potholes. I got a mark over my face because another guy jumped in a pothole after the rain. It hit all Pathfinder Jeep bounce. I saw it happen and ran into the car I was driving. And I got a mark on me. I can't hold him responsible for that. It was the conditions of the road. All the Monrovia streets were like that. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf reconditioned those streets.
If you were running, yeah.
Just at a time. My father worked in Taylor government. So when I'm speaking these things, I'm not speaking from a place of bias. People were taking pay twice a year. Ellen revamped that to paying people every month. I'm just talking about progress we made. Today we got things at the ministerial complex. Today we're talking about overpass. It's not much to talk about, but these are baby steps.
Yeah.
Rwanda never developed the way.
$2.8 million remain and say you can't find the documents.
My brother, I saying one thing, you jump into another thing. Can you give me chance?
Yeah, but that excuse.
Right now, I'm talking about progress we made. All the time that Mr. David lived in Liberia, in enjoy Liberia, the Liberian government never. The Liberian government never even had ministerial buildings. They were renting from private owned properties. All those years. Today, for the first time, these are milestones in our development history.
I'm just about
I mean, we're talking about country. I'm not. You see, you're going to politics. I'm looking at Liberia. I'm looking at Liberia as Liberia. I'm not talking about Joseph Boakai.
22 years.
Yeah, Mr. Davis, when you people were in Liberia, when you work in Liberia, you didn't do nothing as well. The country it's still at a standstill. So let's be fair our criticism and our analysis. Mr. David, you and if anybody should say it would be
build an airport. What are you talking about?
Mr. David never built no airport. The airport was a gift.
What are you talking about?
The airport was a gift to us.
Yeah, but
Liberia never built the airport.
Administration.
Liberia never built the airport.
Don't mind that a U.S. airport.
Yeah, that's a gift to us. We know that, Mr. Davis. Some of
I'm talking about renovation. We renovated it. We put a GPS system, we put all that system in place.
Mr. David, that's
do that.
Why you say you built airport? Why you say you renovated airport?
I said we renovated it. We
The
brought in modern equipment.
civil aviation service in Liberia, GPS system you put there and you get tracking pretty well.
No, not that.
all right. So
Let
me give it to Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis, that's the definition of progress. When a thing is destroyed and you take it from 0 and bring it to 1. Mr. Davis, you didn't bring it to 100. For all your criticism of Liberia, you want to see 100. But our airport isn't at 100. The first time I left Liberia, all I knew was the Roberts International Airport. And since then, I've never been at any airport in the world that I can compare to Roberts International Airport. It's the least.
It's like a terminal.
And I probably will renovate it.
I swear to God, the thing
it was never popular.
Is the Ude airport that does not have a public transport?
I went to Ghana. So come back to this. I was in Houston, Texas when I got to Ghana. I was like,
is the Ude airport that does not have a public transport?
But Anthony and Mr.
2006 Ghana airport are looking that kind of way, but now it's developed. They're offset.
Definitely.
The airport's here. That's how it looks. That's what it looks like.
Mr. Davis, the first time I went to Ghana,
I was in Ghana when they were doing the construction of that airport.
And the last time I went to Ghana, right? And Mr. Davis, that's how I like to see Liberia, right? The first time I went to Ghana and the last time I went to Ghana, it wasn't the same Ghana. Ghana had changed. And
Why?
that's where,
Why?
and
Give
that's
me why?
Mr. Davis, because they took one step at a time. That's what I
Government
want to make.
officials are not corrupt. As
Mr. Davis,
See, like the
Mr.
primary
Davis,
issue.
go there.
Mr. Davis,
Don't do that.
progress is made gradually.
That's not
Progress is-
progress. The senator then should reduce that bill.
Mr.
including
Davis, you said-
representatives and ministers.
I see.
Mr.
I gotta do something at work, and
Mr. Davis, you,
What else are you talking about?
you already said that. And nobody here is saying Liberia does not have issues. That's none of our arguments. What we're saying, we are leaving gradually and coming. And Mr. David, if you think anything can be achieved in a short space of time and call it significant, then Mr. David, your expectation is unrealistic. That's all I'm saying.
Manage your expectation.
Or can we see progress?
I'm looking at
Mr. David,
Burkina Faso
Mr. David,
president.
let me make my statement, and I will use.
Compare Venezuela with Burkina Faso.
We're not going to compare. We're not going to compare our airport with Ghana when you work there. We're not going to compare our airport with Rwanda when you work there. We're not going to compare our airport with Kenya airport when you work there. So the fact that we're not going to do the comparison, we're not going to do the other comparisons. You got to be realistic. When it comes to you, then you use a mediocre mindset for appreciation. But when it comes to other people, then you use an unrealistic mindset for appreciation. Mr. David, that's the definition of
you're being
not having your priority right.
being real.
When it comes to what you did in Liberia, you said you renovated the airport to what it is. Not even
a terminal. That's not an airport.
you're not comparing it to other countries. But when it comes to other people, then you won't compare. Does Burkina Faso and Liberia have the same unique conditions? No. Burkina Faso have a dictatorship where one person can say, we're not doing any of this thing, we do it. Just to get yellow machine, which will go to all the counties. Mr. David, what some of you people say about that process? We're not following the rule of law. Are you saying the same thing, Burkina Faso? You asking the president whether he's following the rule of law? So we can't use two different yardsticks to measure one thing. We got to use one yardstick. The same thing go to the time. My point here is, Mr. David, I would call what you did at the airport progress, because what the airport was and your work after it got done, it improved the airport. It's not what we want.
We were renting in it, but
it's not what we want, but it's still better than what it was. So when you see other people works like that, then Mr. David, you're using a fair way to see people work. And that's how I want us to look at Liberia. As much I would say your airport isn't what Liberia deserves, but you stay improving from 0 to 1. And the other people that take over from you should take it to 2 and 3. I'm not going to tell them to make it 100. Then over 30 years, but we can keep making this steady progress, then we can see Liberia changing. But if we think with the kind of resources Liberia have, that Liberia can change significantly in 2 years, then we have an unrealistic expectation. That's my point.
Right. Thank you. So I think we had enough of this, because I don't want Mr. David to come bust my head with that vlog.
Amen. So get realistic.
I'm not doing it anymore. Because
no, to get realistic in Liberia is not true. Ellen Johnson came with $15 million for that airport, and they take it from China or whatsoever. Joe working with 23 million for the same airport.
No, not the same airport, Mr. Davis.
That way airport, Joe, we have money for.
Joe, we have built the executive lodge. It's different from
that way airport.
Hey, Mr. Davis, not the same structure.
And airport.
But Mr. David, I was speaking to.
Airport, but it's not
the same structure. The one you're building.
One time in our structure, Joe, we have put there a cost 23 million.
Mr. David, now what I said. You said the same.
There is some of the money, but
Mr. David, I work at the Ministry of Public Works. I don't want to go into this thing because we'll be going into deeper argument. That 50 million you're used for that airport, there were plenty of corruption inside. I can tell you for a fact.
The 50 million Eddie doesn't use.
I said, you work at the airport. Didn't you?
I was not there last time.
You were just taking pride.
But you say you're improved, or you took credit for it.
That's what I said.
I know, bro. We renovated with this or other stuff.
Now
When they brought the 50 million,
away from it.
when they brought the 50 million,
I
where
can't
the
do
where the
this
business
guy
is speaking
anymore.
Chinese, I was
I
not
can't
there.
do it, Mr. David. I'm done. Like you
All
was
right,
just
all right,
taking
all
credit.
right, Mr. David, I rest my case. And the truth of the matter is, I know for a fact that there was corruption in the airport project. I know that for a fact. I sat down in many meetings. So I even won't go into that detail.
Of course. You don't
But
even have to sit in meeting. You can
with
see
all of
it.
that, Mr. Davis, with all of that, Liberians still have a structure that Liberians can use. That's my appreciation.
Government official got to change their mind.
So, Mr. David, that's my
agriculture money. Talking about now.
Mr. David, we can be jumping.
We're not getting some of that money.
Mr. David, we can be jumping from one topic to another, one topic to another.
No, we're not jumping from one topic to another. The agriculture money will speak only on agriculture today. If you not get represented,
we gotta do one last thing because I keep talking about agriculture.
All right, Amy, please move on. Please move on. I think we're exhausted.
So we're going to let's play this video first, and then we'll something from there.
Oh, the body arrested in Lasano.
Who exposed the JF Grant Hospital in Sino County, the whistleblower, the boy who came out to say the truth to save people's life. What was the truth? Apparently, they had a medication there that they were giving people in their veins and they were dying. The medication had oil components, and the oil component is not good for the vein. It goes in the vein and then you die. Why were they doing it? Because they didn't want to lose any cent, any money that comes to the hospital. So anybody go to that hospital, they will either say you get typhoid, malaria, high blood, or sugar. And then they will give you that medication in your vein. You live, you die. But they knew it wasn't good enough for human's life. But they were being wicked because they want to, every money must stay in the hospital. This young man decided to be good. He said, no, too many people dying here for that thing. I will blow a whistle on it. I will let the world know what's going on here to save some other people's life. That way his problem started. Once he said that. Grabbed him, Sando County, put him in jail for so long. Until the superintendent got involved, freed him with expectation that he will go, with the agreement that he will go to the police station every day to report himself while they go through the case. The boy heard that the people were even planning to DB him because according to them, according to sources that spoke to him, the people won't get rid of you, they won't buy you, only because they feel you leak out a very vital secret because you're in the nursing union, it should be a secret. The boy said, no, I'm better than that. I'm a human. Why should we watch people die? So now when he got out, he found his way, he ran away, got on the boat. He came to Monrovia, risked his life on the boat. He came to Monrovia. Went back to TNIMA to complete. He did all the required assignments and courses. He did everything given him. Time to graduate, they refused him graduation only because of the same matter. This boy had been whistleblowing, been crying. And then he decided to talk more things that were going on there. Finally, they still refused to grant him graduation. His life has been miserable since he came out with that pronouncement just to save life. Let me tell you what happened this morning. Just now, at the JFK, he started doing small work there as a practicing nurse. He went to hospital out of nowhere, police came and arrested him again. Where they taking him to, nobody know. The police just arrested a little boy and took him. No arrest warrant. So my question is it no more safe for anyone who blows whistle against AOE society? Then I said, worry for myself now. That means all these things I do on social media, you're waiting for me to the council, you can arrest me. What is there for someone to say the truth? Is it not saving lives? Was he lying? Was he wrong? Did you call your scientist to test the drug? Why are you arresting the young man? Why are you abusing power? Why are you abusing power? What has this boy got to do with anything called arrest? Just because he whistleblow? Why you harassing and arresting the young man? What has he done? He only trying to save life. Or is it okay? Are you guys happy to keep killing more people? That's why every day you see new rest in peace. Super go to hospital, typhoid, malaria, sugar, blood pressure. I think you can put on people you're kidding. Then you're looking for the vein to choose one medication in it that got oil in it that will kill them. Then one little boy decided to say the truth. Is that wrong? Apparently, even some of you been calling the boy to bargain with him. Samuel Endos, your Nicky Moto. Apparently, you've been calling the boy to what do you want? What do you hope to achieve out of this so you can stop doing this, start saying what you say? What you're doing in that country? What you're killing people? The boss said he's taking no bargain. He just want them to stop. He want no money, nothing. He just want them to stop using that medication in people fear and killing people because they know the danger of the people. Now you're going to arrest him today again to do what? Where you're taking him to? What is this? What sort of abuse of power is this? What kind of government here? The whole government sour in my mouth now. And nobody will say anything. That boy has been arrested. Where you taking him to now? What you want to do with him? Take money, you arrest that poor boy. Why? What is his offense? Because he blew whistle? Why you're not investigating what's going on and why you're coming for the boy? Or is this some ritualistic killing for your government to be strong and stay there? That what you want to arrest the boy for? Because the boy said no, he blew whistle that people getting it since they go in there to kill themselves again, for you to kill them again. What you on? What's going on? This is wrong, man. This is really wrong. You're free that little boy, you let him go. If you want to investigate, you're going to investigate the drugs. Yeah. You're going to investigate the drug. It's all online. The boy have said everything.
So let's stop here, guys. Right. You know, Will. This whole thing is, I'm going to let you come in first before I say something. Let's start with you, Raymond. Because what I'm hearing, I don't know. But go ahead.
First and foremost, I want to encourage everyone like me. You know, God gave us life, and He gave us time, and He gave us opportunity. And what we do with our time, opportunity, our actions will be judged. And I want to use this opportunity to condemn Will Debo in the strongest term. Don't spew your ignorance and your lack of knowledge on social media to influence the gullible Liberians who everything to hear, to believe. As a matter of fact, you don't have any understanding of what you're attempting to discuss, and you're talking about truth. What did you establish to know is truth? Because someone said it? That's why it's called allegation and rumors. When you can't verify the information. And other credible news media can say unreliable source, unverified source. You don't even know the name of the boy, but then you're talking about truth. How can you be presenting a story that you don't even know much about? I heard he used the word apparently. When he described the medication, he said oil in it. It tells me that his knowledge of medicine is as mediocre as the word mediocre. If you want to present such a thing, you should even know the name of the drug. You should research on the Liberian. That is still no way of doing things. Let's stop spewing our negativity and our lack of knowledge about things that we don't know. The social media that is available for all, a lot of us are disgracing ourselves. Because when you put that out, there are many gullible people that will believe you. But there are other people who went to school and did biology at an appreciable level. And when they hear you talk like that, I used to have some respect for him when he analyzed some things. But now that I heard him speak, all my respect going out of the door. It tells me he's just spewing things out. Maybe that following he's looking for. Maybe he have monetized his page. And he's just trying to get money out of it. You don't even know the name of the drugs. Any drugs that will have any effect on anybody, it has to be proven in the lab and tested. What are the evidence you have? The boy you talk about, you claim that he's a nursing student. What is level of education about what he's trying to talk about? He's not even a pharmacist. Do Liberia produce drugs? Where the country the drugs come from? What the name of the drugs?
Yeah.
So someone can start researching them. You didn't say none of those things. Then you start saying they're killing people. What the evidence? We should be able to do evidence-based analysis. We don't just talk anything out of our head because we have mouth, irresponsible speech. Now what he's doing, he's contributing to panic, trying to drive people away from the health sector. When people are sick, they don't go to the hospital. What's the outcome?
Yeah.
They can seek help. Will Debo, that's what you call sin. I hope the day you go to Liberia, the government will prosecute you for that. I am a whistleblower. I'm a registered whistleblower. I'm going to confess that today to everybody. But not everybody who claim to be whistleblowers are truthful. Some people have other motives. Some people have a reason to damage other people. They will use lies and they claim it as whistleblower. Not every allegation is true. Not every claim is true. So until it's verified, you don't call it truth.
Absolutely.
I don't know the boy, but Will Debo never even mentioned his name. He never even mentioned the name of the drug. He only mentioned the name of the hospital. And
Yeah.
another thing, TNIMA is a reputable institution for training health workers. Some of them working in these United States. How can an entire institution have one conspiracy to kill people? I've never heard of it.
Just
If you
doesn't
see
make
one or two person in the health sector,
okay.
deranged mind, serial killers, they have been everywhere. They have found doctors who killing people for quite a pleasure. But can it be an entire hospital and only one person from the hospital will be a whistleblower to kill our citizens? That in itself do not make sense. It doesn't add up. Then TNIMA, far from Sano, will cooperate with those people there. And you claiming the government? I think Will Debo has said need to check his own sanity for making such claims. He's talking about our country and trying to make our people afraid of going to the health center. So I'm dealing with him based on the measure of lies and falsehood he's spreading. If you don't know anything, shut up. Allow those who are expert in a certain field to discuss certain things. Not every topic is for every Jake, Dick, and Harris to talk about.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so Mr. Davis coming.
We don't need to go far into this topic. The best thing in the topic here is lack of evidence. That guy was speaking, I don't know, out of a man or out of hair, I don't know how he was speaking. Somebody said on platform, making your country the road stupid to the international community. That there are so stupid people in Liberia, you don't need to come Liberia to come do medication. When you say you better run out of that country, that's what you're telling people. That when we go there, we say, we will not even go to the hospital before they come put, because they say that every doctor there now, that typhoid or that malaria, they put all in your vein, you die the next day. So that's what you're trying to say. And the government hospital, I don't know how they get the drugs. So. A government hospital, there was sometimes they say go to government school. You know why I prefer government school? Because they get a better teacher. Student not teaching student. It's very hard, difficult for you to see government school, student teaching student. Only private school you can see that happen. But a government hospital for you to consider and say a whistleblower. They bother do the whistleblower where he professional. Besides going to come over and go to TNI. Before, what you were doing? Before you saw the drug killing people. And when the autopsy report are showing that the oil they put in the people's skin, all the drug get oil in it that they were carrying in people's skin before you blow whistle. So all those things there that you don't know, just sit down. I can't sit down and say the thing I know about you, I can sit down and say that the thing killing the people. No. Because our doctor telling now, meaning is what? His statistics is wrong. You don't have evidence to prove, you don't get the name of the drugs, you don't get the name of the board. You don't know when it happened, how many people died, and how many people accused government, how many people were told that it was right that oil was killing people. So I don't need to even talk about him because complete craziness he was talking again now. Because the first thing you don't know the body, you don't they say they arrest the body want to kill him. So what the evidence he get out the arrest the body want to kill him. So it means like Breck can just arrest somebody when blow his all to kill you. So he was saying a lot of things, he needs to be investigated. No matter where he is, you need to be investigated or you need to be indicted. You got to say something with evidence. Where's the proof? Where's the evidence? You got to say that. You see, the young man is not a medical practitioner. How do he know the drugs can kill people? How do you know the people they all have different signals that kill them? Is that the medication that killing people? So how many people die in our hospital? What is the statistics that kill people? Then you just say a lot of things. I want you want to talk about it, Annie. I want to talk about you. Then me, I promote.
Yeah, thank you. That's why when I listened to this video, I was kind of like, okay. Like, bro, remember I already said, a lot of it. Why aren't you saying the name of the drugs, right? Who is he? You said he's a student. Is he a pharmacist? How does he know this drug is doing all of those damages that he's naming?
You were
That
not a student on taking over.
he okay. So he said something that they're putting something in people's veins and stuff. He doesn't even know how the drug is. And it's a whole lot of question I need to be. And why he came up with the whole thing that the government doing it? Why the government doing it 1 year? Why the government doing like? How would you just put a whole claim like that for somebody to say something from happening to in the hospital? How do you know if any truth in it that is not something that 1 or 2 person doing what in it, and the government that would be kind of something to know about it, and they want to investigate and they want to, where are your proof that the government is doing this to stay in power? Like, come on now. I thought this guy was a little bit, I don't want to say something wrong with him, but I think he dropped it on this one. Like, not every case that somebody will bring to you before you take them, you have to do your due diligence for it to not make you look stupid out there when you come to talk about it. Yeah, the same something. If somebody making a claim like this, I mean, he's not a pharmacist. Why is he making this claim? Does he know anything? Have you ever heard somebody saying this? Where is he saying this from? Why is he saying it? And how does he know all of these things? And you don't even know, like the Bremen said, the drugs need. You're not telling us that you just said that's kind of drugs that got oil in it, and when they put it in your vein, it kills you. So what would be the reason of them killing these people? Why would they want to be killing people?
Well, they won't win election.
No, he said apparently because they don't want the money to go to someone else.
What money? Yeah, I'm kind of confused about that. What money?
Everything.
The money they sick people bring in.
He was speaking like he had fights, but every phrase he started with apparently.
Apparently. There's nothing. There's nothing apparent about anything you're saying, because first of all, if you bring it, you said somebody when you come my clinic, I'm charging you just to check you and do everything. If I get something, you already not pay me. You go into something. So if you die, you're not getting me any money. So what? I'm not getting. What money are we talking about here?
Amy, like you rightly said, he dropped the ball. And to be honest, I don't listen to Prophet Key's show because I don't think his ability to analyze things factually is way below. But for me, I put Prophet Key over Will today.
No, I won't do
I
that.
think he dropped the ball so bad.
I won't put Prophet Key over Will, but
I mean, Amy, I don't even think Prophet Key would do such an analysis. That's a
I don't think that.
Yeah, I don't think Prophet Key would do such an analysis.
You know that watching the man say can bring war to.
I mean, like women say, it can scare people.
It can bring war.
Everybody will be scared to go to that hospital.
Amy, I believe this statement of his.
Doing it.
Amy, I'm no lawyer, right? But I believe this statement of his is in the equivalent of his speech. And I want the government to investigate. Yeah, because he got a following.
The what they're gonna say, they say you see a president from Lofa County, he killing the so because you don't vote for him.
That's what that kind of hit the about the spread, hit speech.
Right. Yeah, that's cool.
And the Rwanda thing we're talking about, how it started. Rwanda war started with the media.
Yeah, stupid thing like that. You're right.
Radio Kigali started the Rwanda war and the genocide.
Why would he say something like that? President from Lofa County killing people before election.
So they can remain in power. That's his conclusion. So he himself, and he started saying so other things. Look, we are responsible to say things that are factual.
Right.
We're not allowed to just say anything because we got a mouth to speak. Our mouth should be responsible. We will always account for the things we say. Everything I've ever said here, who am I responsible for them? If I spoke loosely, I should bear the consequences. That's how every Liberian should be. When you talk, especially when you have an opportunity to speak to several persons, he have a following. People follow him. And a lot of people in our country are gullible. Whatever they hear, they think. He got the ability to analyze truth and even see if this make any sense or not. Once someone said it, they run with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope when he gets to Liberia, he account for this thing. He goes, that the government prosecute him in court for his speech.
No, all I can say, my opinion is that he should correct himself on this, because the same people he came inside.
No, Amy, correcting when you know how many persons who have heard him and not going to go to the hospital. You know what? A few persons could die because of that in their illness. They don't seek medical
Sometimes
help.
some people with that is at Bonnie Hospital in Sando County. Yeah, watch
You
it.
know what damage he have caused? We don't
But that's
know.
what I'm saying. They're coming from the listening audience and kind of,
Amy,
clarify things, because I think
Amy,
it's just something that's not something that he constantly does.
but
So
Amy,
why
that
Some people more doctors are afraid to go work in Sando.
Amy, that's the point of it, right? And what he said, you do not even know whether the people in Sando could go and burn the hospital and kill some doctors for killing their people. Amy, you do not even know the impact of what he has said. We're not able to measure it. Some people who hear it, how they're going to act. You don't know. And even if he speaks,
And I get
not,
it.
every,
That's what it is.
not everybody who heard it will hear what he said afterwards. So that's why we need to be measured with our words. The things we don't know, we stay out of them. We don't talk about them. Then it tells us that he doesn't know anything that he said, little or nothing about what he spoke about. But he was speaking like one expert.
He listened to him. They want to kill the boy. They want to die him. It mean they want to kill him. They play the carry him now. Nobody knows. So that boy, his family worrying. If something happened to him by mistake, he died, forget it. They will say, I was talking to him.
Yeah, but what's the point of them holding him? Why are they arresting him too?
We don't
So,
get evidence that they arrest
So,
him.
Amy, we have public tough
So
law
they
in
trying to
Liberia.
investigate what he said.
So, Amy, they got something called hate speech. Everybody got the freedom of speech, but there are certain things that you said and they impact, how
Right.
it impact other people. So if you went and said the hospital giving medication are killing people, who goes to the hospital for treatment? Sick people. What are the impact? Sick people who are sick will now go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And what will happen to those sick people? We do not even have enough health centers in our country. Most health centers are not accessible to the population. People have to leave from far villages to go to the towns or the big cities around there for health treatment. When a sick person comes from that rural area and they're afraid to go to the hospital because they're going to get killed, what happens to that person? So you think the government will sit down surprisingly with their hands between their legs and everybody use words to bring down the health system? Who's going to be impacted? The poor, ordinary people. So why would one mere word cause that kind of chaos? He has to account for it. So the government will call him to provide the drugs and the evidence that the drug is killing people. He know who all use the drugs. He the whistleblower. So the government will
You're not
stop
even
the thing.
making a survey. How many people die in our hospital?
And if the hospital, we don't even know whether the hospital have reported him to the government. So they may have lied on our name and causing this impact, negative impact in our health system. So
Now people don't want to
that's
go in
what they
our
said.
hospital before they die.
There's freedom of speech, but we are
That
all
reminds me
responsible.
of something in the 90s. I remember a little in Monrovia, they had something like that where, what is it, Sweetie Release? You can go to Sweetie Release, you come back. Yeah.
They need to call it death release.
And that's because, Amy, a lot of times what happened in Liberia, people get extremely sick before they go to seek medical care. And our medical system not strong.
Mhm.
So by the time an extreme sick person go there before they start getting care, most
Mhm.
time the death rate is high. I don't want to, mention one hospital, but I used to live close to a hospital right in Monrovia. And I took treatment from that hospital all the time. But I used to hear other people say, oh, that hospital, you go there, you can die. But at the hospital, I took my treatment to until all the time I live in that place. And I'm not there. So perception and reality are not the same. And especially with a lot of Liberians.
Yeah.
Why would the hospital want to kill people? What sense does that make?
That's what I'm trying to understand. Why would I want to do that? Like you said, unless it's a serial killer, somebody in a hospital and just want to be killing people, but it can be the entire hospital knowing about it. Like, how can you can't tell me say everybody that work in a hospital, they are all sedation or they are all UPS or they are all ANC. Impossible. for you to still the government want to do that and get rid of somebody else, it just doesn't.
Why didn't say the nurse from the hospital, one of the doctors from the hospital,
Right. That is possible. That's somebody
who
can
ride
do
motorbike from Sandro just say people dying because they injecting oil inside people's skin.
You can just to the whole hospital. He said now you saying the government won't keep people in. The government. Why would you say something
They arrested
like that?
Bob now because they want to kill him, the whistleblower. Now my first time seeing a whistleblower can be arrested. See that kind of statement make me.
No, if a whistleblower is causing chaos and there's no truth to his story and nobody know why he's saying it, he ain't get arrested. Now
He didn't even say maybe they arrested for investigation or something. But he's speaking with confidence.
They said they want to kill the boy.
Yeah, they want to kill the boy.
Nobody
They recently arrested.
They beat the boy. And even in these countries that we in, media institutions get sued all the time.
Mm-hmm. For misinformation, for defamation of character and all that.
And he should know that.
The hospital
not exempt.
Yeah, the hospital can sue him. I don't know if he's in Australia how that's going something, but
the last time he was putting mouth on another Liberian, telling all kind of negativity about him. That right now so some of us will raise the alarm too and expose him. We don't know where he worked, but we will equate that statement to his speech. We'll come and do some research too on him and ask his workplace.
I wouldn't call it his speech with him. I just think he just.
I mean, the impact of that speech will make people die.
It's dangerous. Joseph Parker is not a crew man. If I
the impact of that speech will even make them to burn our hospital. You know what it means?
Yeah, that's true.
Even government officials go to play the way.
Yeah, people love to destroy something that benefits themselves before they come to the end. After 2 years,
he's inciting the people. He's inciting the people to not seek health care. Mm-hmm. He's violating our public health law. That thing can even cause an uprising. The people who go, and that's misinformation. You know the impact of misinformation. Amy, you say you can call it hate speech. Talking about killing people. The man is saying that the hospital is killing the patients. Yeah. If people take that for face value, what are the repercussions?
In my no liberating, they can just run a fire. They can't even investigate what happened.
Let's go ahead and do our closing with a little something. Go ahead, Mr. Davis.
All right. Thank you. To all my listeners and my follower, I know I got some people there they show me thank you. Well, you get now. This is it.
Was that negativity?
I get plenty thank you on.
Thank you enjoy your negativity.
No, I get plenty thank you. This is it. Can't watch it. People that make it comment. I get more better comments. This is it.
Welcome.
So, you say what thing?
I said welcome, man.
So let me tell you about this.
Mm-hmm.
Liberia as a whole.
I'm tired now. Mm-hmm.
Liberia as a whole, for all to migrate as a immigrant to Liberia. Let me say immigrant. We are non-immigrant to go back to Liberia. To migrate as an immigrant to Liberia, we need to change our attitudes and our behavior. We go into the one fine country. We always wear some kind of red, white, and blue on a fine country. But the people, the children that live there, they get bad characters. From 1847 to present. None of them get good character. Only few. And the few that get character, they're not in the upper hand to do what they're supposed to do for the country. The West people that didn't want to get the country at hand. The West people didn't want leading the country. At the end of the day, we don't know next year what the representative and senator and salary are going to be. Because maybe they're going to increase that another 2% or 3%. We don't know where it's going to be. Every 3 years, every representative gets 2 cars. Every 6 years, he is elected for. Senator gets 3 cars. Every 9 years, he's elected for. They get agricultural bill every year of $30,000 to $35,000. They get American vacation. I want American and European vacation because of agricultural bill. And some people can go Africa to go do that, agriculture break and go Ghana and go be buy the food, the pure food they eat it. But they forget about that country. And Liberia got to move from this point to that place. We don't only need to depend on the politicians running our day-to-day activities. And when we say something to happen good for Liberia, that happen to the entire Liberian people. Example that the loan you're talking about. I've seen it before. I watched them before. People give me loan in Liberia, they give it to their friends and relatives. It happened, sorry, nothing happened to people. There's no judicial can carry me to court when I say loan in Liberia. Where's the benefit? No benefit. Even I can do my family benefit. Now I go take loan to go produce my farm. All that benefit going to my family. They're not going to know Liberian people. Liberian people only see my product on the market, they buy it, and I keep the money. I don't know whether the loan they give me or the money they give me, that free money, or what they're doing, whether the people pay by with bag of air, or they'll pay by with cassava, or they'll pay by with palm oil. I don't know how it's going to be. Whether that free money, so some can go there with some, I want no free money to go invest in our land, we produce cassava or cocoa too. So they think there be something that's going to make people to know that you don't just need to take the people money and eat it. Then tomorrow can they say, oh, Liberian people know law, Liberian people know law. We not know law. The matter of fact here is impunity. If we run the country with impunity, Liberia will not go anywhere. We should stop this and hold people accountable for what they're doing in the country. We want to hold people that are taking the money to make farm with it. We want to see them like real people and they want to produce this farm. If they don't produce this farm, what is the consequence? I don't know any law that came after that money issue that say when you don't produce this farm, you lie to the people, this is what's going to happen to you. I don't know whether it's a kickback. Because I believe that most of the areas where money business is, kickback is always there. Maybe they will give
Thank
you that
you.
money. I mean, they give you $10,000. They say, "My man, I give you 10,000, we need 5,000 back." That what can happen in the
Thank
breast
you.
system. You cannot overrule that. And for that other guy that making the statement, I think you need to go back on social media and say he lied. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that they're probably telling them that they have to do it. That's why they're asking for a certain amount of land and this that before they give them that money. I'm pretty sure they'll hold them accountable. Hopefully they would do that. But Raymond, I mean,
So I don't want to speak much today. So I'm not a mouthpiece for the agricultural ministry, but because I have interest in agriculture, and some of us we didn't even have to wait for this government to come in. I started my farm since George Weah was in power. And the truth of the matter is that's a source for me to make money and to help contribute to Liberia's problems, many problems. And we should all ask ourselves, who are we? Are we part of the problems or are we part of the solutions? For me, I choose to be part of the solutions and not the problem. Every work that I've done in Liberia was a sacrifice to help improve Liberia. The matter of fact, I chose to be an engineer because I saw that Liberia needs engineers, not because it was the best profession that I thought I could be. And I hope Mr. Davis can pay the loan that he received from Liberia. Because he confessed to have taken loan and through who know you. I will reject such. Honestly, I will reject such. And that's the kind of mentality we need to build Liberia. To realize that if you steal, you're depriving people who need it.
the most.
And Mr. Davis is in a place now that he makes far more than he could ever make before. So it's just good enough to get back that which he received that he didn't work for.
Some of
There are
us
people
is that
in like, I made an own confession. I'm only asking him what Jesus asked Zacchaeus to do.
so come down to the psychometry.
No, when Zacchaeus had cheated the people, had taken more taxes from them than Jesus told him to return.
Don't remind me of these boys, please.
And he went and returned it in full. Zacchaeus returned the people money that he stole from them. So if Mr. Xavier told Liberia people money in the form of loan and didn't pay it and sitting here, and because of that he feel no loan can work, I'm asking him to please go and pay back that money to the government.
Right.
And I won't do such. If I can eat one dry dollar a day, let me eat it with a conscience that I didn't steal from nobody. And I'm not depriving anybody from receiving what they deserve. Secondly, I want to urge every one of us, look, we all have a voice. We all have opportunities to speak. But whenever we come out to speak, let's be speaking from the honesty of our hearts. Let us not be saying things because we want to take side or we want to make other people look bad. Everything is not propaganda. All of us here, we belong to Liberia and Liberia belongs to us. But how and what we do for Liberia matters. We can't do good by doing wrong. We can only do good by doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Liberian politics should not be all about lie. Let's speak truth to power.
Right.
And let hold people accountable. But we can't lie on people and call it truth to power. We can't be lying and say we're holding people accountable. The two are not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And the things we do not understand and we do not know, let's cease to talk about them. Let's leave those who have understanding and authority in the areas to talk about certain things. It was a good show, and I hope our audience were able to follow. And I want to wish everybody who was able to sit through this for us a
Thank
pleasant
you.
good night.
Thank you, everyone, for showing up and continue to share the show. You know, people still come and watch it afterwards. Thank you so much for being here with us. Yes, Liberia is all we have. And I don't like to use that cliche like it's the only place we can be deported from. It's so much in my ear now. I can't stand it when people saying it. No one is deporting you from Liberia. But anyways, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Mr. Davis,
Yeah.
Raymond said you might get it money back. Like it
With money.
Thank you so much.
The loan you say you got because of who know you.
I
In
don't take
Liberia.
no loan. I said I don't go take loan because I get
No, you said yourself when you were in
Liberia,
Liberia, you took loan before through who know you. Now what you said?
They give you loan in Liberia according to who they know.
And now what you said you have to receive loan in Liberia according to who you know.
No, I never received any loan in Liberia. I want loan when you get in there, my man. Remember the pound of children.
So you won't go steal the people money, then you criticize
I
them.
see that I got land. I said I got the land. I can show them my land deed. I can show them my land deed.
No, they say farmers. Mr. David is farm.
I want loan for my
Mr.
business.
David is a yardstick to measure farm. They ain't say land. They say farm.
Yeah, but I'm making out of farm. I started my farm in October.
No, start your farm. When you got crops on your farm, then you bring the people to investigate your farm and see the seriousness of your farm.
I get farm. I get rubber. The auntie is looking at the rubber side. I don't get land one place. Remember, I get farm one place. The other land I just bought in Batawi. When I visited Liberia recently, I bought 100 acres of land in Batawi.
You got all that farming investment. Then why you say everybody that doing farm the land?
The problem, I don't get no loan. Nobody giving me loan. I'm doing it from my own pocket. That's why I got to come America and work hard and put it to the farm.
But Mr. Davis, they think Anthony said it just started this month. So now many persons have gotten it.
The one where Ellis Snow America told that way.
Yeah, that one, Remy, I don't think that was right though. That they would give if they were giving money out for farming, then they're giving it to government officials first before the people.
Was Amara?
When was this money given out?
Amy, let's be honest with our analysis. Was Amara Connor in the CDC-led government?
When was the money given out? That's what I'm asking.
Anthony told you that it was done during George Weah time. That's what Anthony said.
I said it was during George Weah time.
So was Amara Connor?
It was for farming. It was for
agriculture. Was Amara Connor in the Weah-led government?
No, but it was somebody.
It was a high something like
Amy, the next question to ask: who gave the loan? So it means sometimes when we don't have information,
I got the one that gave to Ben Semi.
Amy, the point here is
Ben Semi can be defended. Say they can hold the company responsible. We company. He the one organize the company and register it. and until they know
What was it
government,
for? A business loan? The one with Ben Stevie?
Yeah, it was a business loan for small businesses.
What kind of business you were doing?
And
He
they were giving
registered.
people that amount of money,
No, I
40,000.
mean anybody can register and go take the money.
But Amy, didn't that happen in the US here during
Oh,
Corona?
yeah, they did. A lot of people scammed. They
So
did.
these similar things can be scams. So no
Yeah.
matter which country. So let's stop these kind of things. Even the most developed countries, people can scheme the
But I
system.
think America can come lower on it can be too hard the way they get rich in Africa.
I agree. And that's why Liberia is not the same as America in any
Because when you
system.
take the pure money, they will investigate. No matter how long until they will take cash you.
They cut some people and not everybody.
Some people going
They
to
will
court.
take cash some people. No matter don't think they forget about you, they will take cash you.
Yeah.
You know, like bro, after 5 years, you're witch hunting. You're witch hunting the person. And see what happened to Musa Bedede case now, they witch hunting him.
Well, I want us to talk about that today too, but we spend so much time on the agriculture stuff recently. But we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Witch hunting, what you call witch hunting? They
We'll
say you
be
must
here
pay.
tomorrow,
They must
guys. Have a
money
good
from
night, rest,
35
have a good night's sleep, and have a great day at work tomorrow. And see you back here at night, in the evening. God willing tomorrow. God bless you. Good night, sweet dreams. And keep on sharing. And let us keep on what?
I like this show because at least I can be to work.
Well, let me remember, what is the slogan again? Love Liberia, Think Liberia.
Love Liberia and build
Love
Liberia.
Liberia, build Liberia.
Says who?
Good night. Says who? Says your president. That's what